Hello, Internet, and welcome back to our 33rd episode of Survivors Complex. At some point, I need to stop saying the numbers because it just makes me feel old. But we are excited to be back and playing another game of D&Ds on these holiday weekends. Thank you for joining us. If you are, we hope everyone had a great Christmas and any other holiday you are celebrating, and you are excited for the new year, getting a kickoff 2018 with a bang. Got a couple of really awesome announcements for everyone. One is, you might have noticed based on little things on the screen, some changes here, that we have been made Twitch affiliates. So we get all the little bells and whistles that come along with it. You can now get bits. You can now subscribe. So when I say subscribe, it actually means something, and I'm not just lying to the internet. So please like, follow, and subscribe. So we'll have all that coming. We're gonna probably come up with some giveaway stuff to do to go along with the affiliate status and some of the stuff that we get to kind of integrate all of it. But it just happened yesterday, so we're still in the process of all of that, just sort of scrambling to get this all together the day before the stream. But we're excited. Thank you, everyone, for following, all of you that have and that got us to this place. Thank you for watching. We really appreciate that. You guys are awesome, and we hope that you continue to enjoy what we're doing. That being said, we've got more content coming for you over the weekend and into next week. We did some video game streaming today. Savannah played some Nancy Drew. I think that video is up in the VODs if you want to watch those. Tomorrow, tonight, maybe tomorrow, definitely we'll be doing some video game streaming. So we'll do some announcements as we go as that kind of gets nailed down. On Monday, we have our next session of Wild Space at its normal time, 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific. So come watch us there. Additionally, on Tuesday, we will be having our very first session of Apocalypse World, our session 0, where we will be doing some world building, some character creation, kind of talking about the game itself, doing a little bit of kind of exploring the characters a bit as well. So if you're interested in the system and you want a really good explanation of what we're going to be doing, we're going to be doing that all on Tuesday. It's a system that not many people, I think, have played. It's something that I'm excited to run, and I think everybody else is excited to play it. So come check that out. I think we're going to be starting at 7. No, what time did we decide on that? 7 o'clock?
7, 8, one of the two.
I asked Savannah because she's the...
I don't remember.
Okay. We'll do
1 a.m. GMT. I know that
Okay,
much.
there you go.
At 1 a.m.
1 a.m. GMT. I think we decided on 7 o'clock, but we will double check on that because I don't remember off the top of my head. But check that out and we'll do announcements as we go. Otherwise, we will have more streaming throughout the week and more games to come, and check out the Twitter and the YouTubes for anything that you're looking forward to seeing and anything you might have missed. I think otherwise that's all we got right now. Everybody just ready to start? Yeah, good. Okay, so with all that out of the way, we will go ahead and jump back into World of Sarthia. The last time that we met, your group had arrived in the city of Shia, having just emerged victorious at the arena within the boundaries of the city. Having fought a number of dangerous creatures there. Star had managed to pick up on a bit of intel from the Gold Pirates, the crew of the Sapphire, which is currently stationed within the city. And as you all left the arena and reconvened again at the Buxom Boar Tavern, Star divulged, read the note, learning that there was some sort of clandestine meeting that would be happening near the Sunken Shoal Inn. over off the edges of the marina. You prepared, making your way earlier in the day to the inn, kind of scoping it out, determining your positions, preparing yourselves for whatever might transpire there. You came up with the clever ruse of disguising yourselves or playing yourselves off as pirates, because you guys aren't those already. So you decided to try to deceive your way into some sort of trust and get some information that way. As the evening wore on and the midnight hour told, the mages or the cloaked figures arrived. One of them revealing themselves to be a mage by the name of Joachim Frostheim. You tried to deceive and convince him of your intentions and your role to play in this meeting. You cleverly tried to adapt, and realizing that the note, which read 20 by the shoal at moon's zenith, might have meant to bring 20 of something to the shoal at moon's zenith, you tried to disguise a number of your companions as slaves being brought to this group, whoever they might be. Unfortunately, it seemed that the ruse did not hold. They discovered your deception, and a battle unfolded as they attempted to flee and you attempted to catch this group. One of the mages was slain. Another young mage apprentice, it seemed, valedictorian of her class, was captured and interrogated briefly by Lilibet before being allowed to scurry on home, seeming genuinely remorseful for getting herself involved in this. You were able to capture and kneecap Joachim Frostheim and take him back to your super secret prison within the Relentless Gale, this mirror of extra-dimensional cells that you threw him in to be used later for whatever purposes you wish. Upon doing so, you returned back to the Buxom Boar, began to plan and determine what you were going to do next, deciding to maybe investigate the Sapphire, also having achieved or acquired some information based on Lucius's mind reading of Joachim, that there was some sort of hideout or location within Shia or within the city itself that might be of some interest, or that Joachim seemed that he wanted to protect. However, at that moment, as you were sitting there with your companion, Prince Zinstor Zolvanek, there was a flash as an arcane gateway opened behind him in the wall, and you heard a voice beckon to the prince that they had much to discuss. And the prince, with a desperate look across his face, was ripped into the portal, which closed subsequently behind him, letting his chair fall to the floor. As all the patrons in the bar turned your direction, aghast, many cups dropping, clattering to the bar, to the tables, and to the ground. That is where we pick up our session here today. And those moments as you all look at the space where the prince was sitting not moments ago.
As soon as like the portal opens behind him, he's sucked in, and then it instantly closes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would I have any time to like see into the portal and see like, okay, so it was just like a flash.
There wasn't really even another side to it. It was more like this this wall of swirling light, sort of bluish cloud-like energy was just swirling behind him and then ripping him in. So yeah, you couldn't see on the other side to see what was standing there or what might have cast the spell.
Fuck.
I feel know this is a stupid question, but where did he go?
Someone took him.
From the bar across the room, you hear Hallen call and says, "All right, there'll be none of that in here. I don't mind you getting into whatever you want outside, but don't be casting spells and disrupting the atmosphere in here. So if you're going to be getting on about all of that, just go somewhere else and do it if you don't mind." All the other patrons in the bar kind of looking over uneasily at all of you, not really understand the gravity of what just happened, just seeing a spell being cast and somebody vanishing through it. And some of them begin to go back to their nightly rituals. Others kind of keep a wary eye from across the room at all of you. Hallen looking very angry at all of you for disrupting and causing this disruption. Otherwise, not necessarily the most uncommon sight for people that might not understand exactly what's happening.
Did any of you recognize that voice?
I'm guessing no.
Would
I, with reading Dude Face's mind, would I understand? Have I heard the voice in his memories, or?
Yeah. You just had to think back for a second. Yeah, when you it doesn't really strike you at first, but after a second of thinking and sort of concentrating on memories that aren't really your own, and they're slipping away quickly just because they aren't your own memories, and so your mind's sort of naturally pushing them out. You do remember, or there is a twinge of recognition, and the voice did sound a lot like the figure that you saw speaking with Frostheim and the other mages at whatever their lair or their base is within the city.
It's someone that Frostheim knows. It's weird going through the memories that aren't mine, but I know that voice because he knows that voice. I can only assume that it is part of this magician's organization.
Do we have any way to figure out where he went? Can we does anyone know?
I'm not sure what magic could be used to track them. As a motorcycle goes.
Wait, maybe we can track them through hyperspeed.
Ever game. It's never not going to happen.
Is there anything that magically I can maybe figure out? I don't think there is, but
make an Arcana check.
I could possibly do that. Alright. Where is Lou's sheet? Come on, roll 20. Don't do this to me now. Okay, thank you. 20? Not natural.
20. That is just what you needed. You haven't ever seen the spell used before because it's something so powerful that that you've only read about it, and you know that there are some people out there capable of using magics to this degree. But you know there is a spell that can be used to create a gateway between two places, across dimensions, across any space, really. And that somebody could use such a spell to call other beings from wherever they might be and forcibly bring them to their location. As far as actually tracking the magic, something this powerful with the range on it and the fact that it can be used from pretty much anywhere, yeah, I mean, you know, there's no way to actually track where he went through the spell itself. Not that there aren't other magics that you could use to track somebody down, but you get an idea of the spell and kind of the magnitude of what you're up against.
Well, this is not good at all. I didn't even think this kind of level of magic was possible. I've never seen it actually happen in life. That, my friends, was a gate spell. And I've only read about it. He could be literally anywhere.
I have an idea.
I would hope so.
I do a sending spell. I see if I can reach him. If he's conscious. If he can answer me. If he can tell us who took him. And if he can tell us what is around him if he knows where he is.
Okay.
But in 25 words.
Who, what, when, where, why? You send
Yes.
His way. There is... So you cast a spell. And there's a moment of sort of pause. And you wait for that reply. And then you hear a few words come through. I don't know. I saw a man. I didn't see his face. Be careful. It cuts off.
Well, he was alive.
That's good. That's a good start at least. Now we just have to figure out where he went.
He doesn't know where he is.
That's not going to be good. Would I, again, with the fleeting memories that aren't my own, would I kind of know where, like, the entrance to that underground layer would be within the city?
Yeah. From reading his mind, you were able to gather the location of where an entrance to this.
Yeah. I can take us to where the Cryptori are. I don't know what we will be facing, but I can get us there. And they don't know we're coming. At least, not yet.
Well, they might now.
Since that they have sensors all over the city, they'll probably spot us off a mile away.
Yeah, well, they already have, apparently.
Well, if he's in that crypt or wherever the heck their entrance is, we could I could basically, once we get down there tomorrow morning, I can switch up what spells I have access to and do locate object on, like, his robe or something he may have on him, or, like, I don't know, we could maybe find him.
I can do you one better.
Oh, okay.
Locate creature. It's not a very big radius, though.
Locate objects about, I think it's like at least 1,000 feet. So we can try yours, and then we can, if it seems, we don't know how big this place is, but I don't know. It's nice to have options, though.
Yeah. Well, no, mine's sort of a big spell, but if we were to both do that, I'd cover a lot more ground.
Yeah, I think so.
I can also do a locate object, so that's 3 people that can do it. We need to find them.
Yeah.
Do you think if we got robes like theirs, we could maybe try to sneak in a little bit? Because they were all wearing similar robes, right?
It's not a bad idea. Plus, I mean, we have someone we can ask,
Oh yeah.
which, at this point, I don't really feel like being polite. But it's not my ship, and I take orders from my captain.
I'll talk to Frostheim.
We should do that now.
Want me to attempt to get the ledgers or whatever we wanted off the Sapphire tonight?
Do you think it would help?
It probably gets us some of the answers we were looking for beforehand. I mean,
That's up
they're
to
what
you.
that's what the information on them is probably what we needed for Den's hid membership exam.
Trial, maybe?
Hazing ritual.
I don't have spells, but I can be on and off that ship quickly enough.
That is true.
Alright.
We can do that. The more things we can do at once, I think the better.
Star, is that something you would do on your own? Would it be easier to do on your own?
Backup would be helpful. If I'm spotted, I doubt I could handle too many myself. If you want to come along, sure.
Alright, I'm not super sneaky, but I can try my best.
Just look around at everyone else quickly, and it's like, I'm sure you'll do fine.
Alright.
Okay, so Tova and Star, you guys are heading over towards the Sapphire. The rest of you are going back to the Relentless Gale to rest and interrogate your prisoner. Okay. We'll start with Star and Tova. So the two of you, as you all sort of split off, the rest of you going to where you know the Relentless Gale to be hidden currently. Star and Tova, you quickly dart down the docks, seeing the large galleon-sized sapphire off towards the edges of the docks. You quickly make your way that direction. There aren't maybe too many people out there. You don't see any members of the Gold Pirates coming through. And it looks like they'd be a member of the Gold Pirates. There are some guards that occasionally will walk past. You're able to pretty easily kind of stay out of sight, make your way as close as you can to the ship as quietly as possible, and then you get within a range of sight on the vessel. The ship itself sits at the end, currently moored within a large kind of empty portion of the docks. There is, as far as you can tell, there aren't too many people around. You can see a couple people pacing on the deck. From what you can see, you're kind of at a lower angle, so it's hard to see up. The docks themselves sort of arch. There's some stairways leading up to a raised portion of it, and then a gangplank leading across. There are some lights on the ship kind of illuminating different areas. And like I said, you can hear a couple of people moving around. Around the edges of the ship or the sides of the ship, you can see some, I can't remember the word for it, but you can see some entrances, some windows out, some of the cannon ports on the side of the vessel, currently closed, but you can see where they are on the wood of the ship, as well as some other sort of outlooks around the edges.
So my guess is we either need the captain's quarters or wherever they keep their treasury or something.
What would the best way for me to help you out?
if we split up, we search the ship first, or do you think you can get away from anyone if they try to chase you?
I can do my best.
That makes 2 of us.
Okay. So you guys are going to split up. Who's going to search what part of the ship, and how do you see yourself getting there?
Okay.
I will go for the captain's quarters. I'm assuming the entrance to that is going to be on deck.
Mm-hmm. So you're going towards the upper decks of the ship?
Yeah.
Okay. The holds and stuff, if you're looking for any place where they might keep cargo or they might be keeping valuables and stuff like that, probably in the lower decks. So I guess you guys can, one of you goes high, one of you goes low.
Go switch lower.
Okay. So I guess I'll start with Star. So where do you see, are you just going to try to scale the side of the ship? Or are you going to try to sneak your way up the docks? Are you going to...
I'm going to try and scale up the side of the ship.
Okay. So you come up to the edges, you kind of creep up behind some barrels and crates around the edges of the both of you are actually kind of at this point. Star, you leap over to the hull of the ship, latching on with your claws and beginning to spider your way up the side, eventually quietly reaching the edge of the deck, looking up over the railing. You can see a rather large main deck of the ship, stretching a couple 100 feet across. More riggings and barrels and crates kind of tapped around. There's a lot of cover in the area, I guess is the best way to explain it. With 3 guards, as you can see visibly on the deck of the ship. 2 of them are standing over kind of on the far side from you against the edge of the vessel, leaning up against the railing. They have 1 lantern between them. Another one is currently walking along the side of the ship closest to you, in your direction, kind of walking along the edges, looking over towards the docks.
First thing I'd like to do is just climb down the ship so I'm sort of just out of view, press against it, wait until I hear him walk past, then climb back up.
Okay, you scale down, press yourself up against, make a stealth check.
That is a doop 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 doop. I need to find my sheet. You're gonna get at least one song like that every single week, not gonna lie. That is an 18.
18, okay. Here, you press yourself up against the side, kind of clinging on, getting into one of the sort of alcove area where the edges of kind of buckle inward. You hold yourself there in an awkward position for a second. You feel your muscles kind of burning as you're pressing yourself up against it. You're doof, 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 doof. So he walks away. Stopped for a moment, but continued onward.
I will make my way up onto the deck, make sure the other 2 who are there are still facing away before making my way actually onto the deck.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that. So you climb back up, look over the railings, peer out. You can see the guard walk to the bow of the ship. It's kind of curving back and heading over towards where the others are standing. The other 2 are still standing over there, leaning up against the railing. One of them pulls out a pipe and begins to light it, a bit of smoke trailing off into the night sky. They don't seem to be terribly alert, just the one that's kind of walking around, actually going through the motions.
Okay, I'm currently assuming that I need to be aiming for upper decks towards the rear of the ship, so I'm going to make my way that way, go for the first bit that looks like it either go... I'm going to try and avoid going below deck, but anything that looks like it's going inside the ship, any door that way, first thing I'm looking for.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, so once you climb over, pulling yourself over the railing when you see them looking other directions, ducking down behind some barrels, scamper across to the point where this portion of the bow, cuts down 2 sets of stairs leading to the lower portion of the main deck. You see that stretches across. You actually make out on the far side of the ship towards the stern. You see another pair of guards the far back of the ship up near the helm, about equally as attentive. Down the steps straight ahead, there are 2 sets of doors leading back towards something that seemed to be leading inside. There's also a near at the base of the main mast, there is a large sort of port or cargo hole in the center of the ship, leading down below deck, though there don't seem to be there's not any stairs leading down from there. Instead, to the right and to the left of it are 2 hatches that look like 2 doors that look like they'd lead to stairs leading directly below deck.
So I'm going to head to the set of double doors I saw down the end of the ship. I'm going to be sticking into the shadows as much as possible.
Okay. You bide your time for a second, wait until the 2 at the edge turn around and begin to walk further towards the back and out of sight. Seeing that nobody else is coming down the steps and nobody else on the other side, the other 2 guards aren't paying attention. You dart down the stairs, quickly making your way past beginning to make your way past the hatch to the left side of the cargo hold. At that time, the door there, the trap door, begins to lift up as somebody begins to come out. It's facing the opposite way. So you're standing here, it's lifting up like that, far away from you.
The first thing I'm going to do is sort of hide behind the opening trapdoor.
Okay.
And as soon as it starts closing, I don't know if anyone will be looking this way or not, but I'm going to use my cloak to go invisible for like the 6 seconds it lets me go invisible. Okay.
You stand there for a second, kind of crouching down as the door lifts up. You hear boom, 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 boom. As it closes, you use that moment, pull out the edges of your cloak, go invisible. There is a rather sort of rotund pirate directly in front of you, coming up the steps. He's carrying what looks to probably be a mostly empty pitcher or a flask in one hand. He kind of stumbles over to the edge of the ship and actually stands at the edge of it and begins to just piss off the side. You, as in your invisible form, use that moment to dart towards the doors.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go to make a stealth check with advantage for me.
That is a 27.
27. Not even making a noise. You make it to the doors, quickly pulling one of them, heading inside those doors. You only have 6 seconds.
I'm just going to go straight in the doors.
Okay. Quickly dart inside. Tova. You see Star over the railing. How would you like to enter the ship?
Okay. Is there any sort of gangplank that I could sort of see?
There is, that leading up to the main deck where Star went. There are also a number of looks like kind of doors along the edge of the ship, or swinging sort of wood planks that would be pushed out for cannons to be pushed through all along the edge. And then a couple of other sort of portholes on the edges of the ship as well.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna quietly try to make my way over to the gangplank, and then maybe when I like go up it a little ways and see if there's anybody like right there, because I don't see anybody yet.
No, not yet. So you quietly make your way up the stairs to the gangplank. In that moment, as you quickly kind of dart around a set of the barrels, you see as you actually see Star coming down the steps, beginning to make his way across the deck to the doors. At which point you see the gangplank open. You quickly duck out of sight, just in time to see, you kind of as you're creeping around the edges, you see the burly pirate push his way up, drunkenly kind of stumbling. The gangplank or the hatch door slams shut behind him, and then Star disappears as the pirate makes his way to the edge and begins to relieve himself off the edge of the ship. He's standing closest to you, so you have to stay out of sight. You need to stay out of sight at this point because otherwise he's going to see you. You just barely notice the door on the far away from you on the side of the ship open on its own, close, and then there's the pirate standing there. He finishes his business and begins to walk back across the deck. You hear him call out to a couple of the other pirates on the other side of the ship, and they begin to kind of carouse as they gather on the other side of the ship on the far side from you.
Okay, but he doesn't go back. Yeah. Okay, so
he hasn't gone back
from
down.
That trapdoor.
Yeah, he's gone away from that trapdoor.
Okay, I'm gonna try to open it really quietly.
Okay. Go ahead and make a stealth check.
Okay, let's see. Oh no. That's a natural one.
So what's your total?
Let's see. 5.
5.
Rolled a 5.
Okay. You go to pull the trap door up. As you do, you hear the shattering of ceramic across the deck of the ship. It startles you for a moment. You drop the trap door. It slams closed again. You look over, seeing the drunken pirate having dropped the flagon onto the flask onto the deck of the ship. It's shattered, drawing the other pirates' attentions toward him. They begin to laugh in his direction. However, the slamming noise, they all turn towards you. The three that are now over there, the drunken one, the 2 others, they all look in your direction. One goes, "Who the fuck are you?" And they begin to make their way towards you. You gonna run or are you gonna stay and fight?
I'm gonna sort of like back up a little bit and be like, this is not the right ship.
Okay, make a performance check.
Oh no. Maybe I'll do better this time. Performance. That's a 10.
10. You kind of slur the words out.
Yeah.
He says, "You get the fuck out of here. We'll put your head on a spike mounted to the front of the ship."
Hey, sorry, man. Sorry. I start walking towards the gangplank.
Okay, you make your way back off the ship.
Like Weevil, trying to fake that I'm drunk.
Okay. They're looking at you they're very suspicious of you at this point.
Yeah, sure.
They actually, 2 of them walk towards the edge and watch you as you're walking down the docks, and you kind of feel their eyes on the back of your neck, realizing you're gonna have a hard time kind of getting out of sight at this point.
Okay.
You hear one of them mutter behind you, like, "Damn locals," as you go back down the docks trying to get back to a safe spot.
Okay.
Star, you hear this from inside, but you don't hear the ensuing sounds of conflict. At which point, we're going to cut away from you guys and cut to the other crew that are making their way towards the relentless Gale. All of you are, I'm going to say for the sake of brevity, make it to the ship, whether you swim down or water walk or whatever you do, one way or another, you make your way down to the dry inner hollow space of the ship below. It's late. Everyone's asleep. Or early, depending on your...
I'm gonna go have a chat with our friend.
You need any backup?
You two just wait outside the door.
can do.
Lou is pacing. Like,
Okay.
at the door, he's just...
So you guys wait outside of the captain's quarters of the Gale. Den. You walk inside, shutting the door behind you, leaving it open.
I'm gonna shut it.
Okay. Shut the door behind you. You see the mirror. There's this faint sort of reflection, and for a moment, you see a white-haired mage standing, kind of peering out, not really seeing anything, but just sort of looking around, confused. The distortion fades, and you just see the mirror in front of you.
I'm gonna call his cell to the front.
Okay. You
Whatever
call his
number
cell.
he is.
Yeah.
7.
7. No, that's the dragon.
Oh no!
You
Well, I
call
don't
the
let the
cell.
dragon out.
No, you call the cell number, and there's the ding as it stops at the cell that he is in, and you see materialized there on the other side of this glass, Frostheim.
Wheel of torture!
As you do, you kind of hear this distorted, like, hello, you.
Me.
Damn it. What do you want?
Answers, mostly.
I gave you all the answers that I have.
Yeah, I think we want to rehash a couple of things.
Well, I guess I have nothing better to do.
Nope, you can stay in there forever, for all I care.
Alright. This should be entertaining, to say the least. What are your questions?
So, remind me really quick what he told us last time. I don't remember, like, how much detail he gave us, I guess. Do I have to roll for that?
No, you don't have to roll for it. I'm trying to remember how much detail I gave you last time.
I wrote down Cryptori? Question mark?
Let's just go with that's probably all.
That's
Den
probably
got,
all he
that-
told us, right?
That's well. I
That's
think
all
it's
I
all
remember.
that, but that's probably all that Den remembers at this time.
I was pretty mad at him, and I was also flying around in the sky a lot. Alright. So this Cryptori thing. Star? What's that about? What do you do?
We keep the peace. We are the ones that freed this country to begin with. So that is what we continue to do.
Whose peace do you keep? The whole country, or?
You could say so.
I could say so, but is it true?
Well, there are those that would, how you say, cause trouble for the new order. We keep them in line.
And this new order,
The freedom of the mages.
interesting. So your leader, because I assume it's not someone as pathetic as you who's in charge. Who would that be?
Well, I do not know his name. We refer to him as the magician.
You don't even know your leader's name. Real low on the totem pole you must be.
Why would we need it? The actions speak for themselves.
And what actions are those? Freedom for the mages.
To start,
Yeah, you keep saying that, but
peace, prosperity. We have the freedom that I had never once seen in my life. I was a prisoner until I was already a man. Locked within the towers of the mages' colleges, kept there to create toys, to create the machines of war for the nobility, as they call themselves. Now I do what I want.
And where are those war machines now? They're all gone?
I do not know.
You don't seem to know very much.
I know what I wish to know, as I am allowed, with freedom.
Alright, I buy it. So, the magician. Is that what you called him?
You really have difficulties remembering a word even though it was spoken not 5 minutes ago.
Alright. Listen. Don't fucking cop an attitude with me on my ship. You're in my prison.
I apologize for my rude manners. Perhaps having my leg exploded might have put me in a foul mood.
Listen. You watch your tone on my ship. Like I said, you're my prisoner now. You're in that cell for your own protection too, because if you were out here with me, I'd rip the leg off.
Well, then I am very glad that I am in here.
The magician. Where is he?
Lots of places. He travels to many of our meeting places, provides us with our orders. I do not know his address, if that is what you are asking.
If he were going to take a prisoner somewhere, someone he might have a personal vendetta against, where would they go?
It depends. If this person was somebody that he needed information from, perhaps to many of our interrogation chambers within our holds. He may be here within Shia. I believe your friend knows the location of our hideout here. Perhaps you should pay it a visit.
I want to know how to get in.
As I said, your friend, I believe, knows its location.
I want to know how to get in without us all being killed.
This would be difficult. Ask nicely?
That sounded like kill all your friends to me, so I guess that's just what we're gonna do. Hope you said goodbye to you people when you left.
There are so many more of us than you could ever kill, even with all of your powers and abilities.
I think you'd be surprised, Frosty.
Well, I will be here. I do hope we get to speak again.
The urge to kill rising. Nope, I'm gonna leave it. I put the blanket over the mirror so he can't see out.
Yeah, you throw the blanket over. The vision fades away as you step away from the mirror.
When I hear muffled talking stop, I'll knock on the door. Captain, everything okay?
I open the door. Yeah. He won't give us anything useful. I don't think he knows, actually.
What the hell good use is he?
We may find a use for him.
True. Well, what do we do? I mean, Lou, you know how to get down there, right?
Yeah, I know how to get down there, but I don't want to... It would probably be a bad idea to go in the way that I know.
Well, we might not have a choice, because this guy doesn't know another one.
Or he's not telling us.
I get the impression that there's a lot of secrets in this group.
I guess that's how you stay around for so long.
So I think we're busting in. He said they had interrogation rooms. Sounds like torture chamber to me, but...
You're learning.
Are we going in, like, arms blazing, or are we going stealthy?
Arms blazing just made me laugh.
Well, only one of us has a gun, so I couldn't really say guns blazing.
Gun blazing.
I was just
Gun
imagining all of your arms
on fire.
as he was running in.
It's better than getting one hacked off, I guess.
I mean, that is a tactic.
It is.
Chopping off your arm?
No, setting
them
ourselves
on fire.
and running at them.
Yeah.
No, never expect it.
A few of them might flee.
One or two.
It's like in Left 4 Dead when you realize that the fire doesn't kill the zombies; it just turns them into fire zombies.
It's exactly like that.
You go, oh shit.
Fuck.
All right.
So I think, I mean, we can walk up to the door and ask nicely for them to hand him over if they have him, and if not... We've already killed a few of them. I've got no qualms of killing a few more.
Well,
We can kill everyone, burn the place to the ground, get what we want, and then leave.
Probably shouldn't. Probably should do the burning to the
Not
ground.
in that order.
After.
Dan, I've been thinking. Is there something maybe your sister could do to, like, locate him? She's got more power. I mean, not that... I mean, you've got strength, but she's got some of this magical power. She may... I don't know.
I mean, I could ask her, but at the same time, I don't really want to, like, call my sister and tell her we lost her boyfriend.
Well, we didn't lose
Who's
him,
also, like, the crown prince of another country.
Well, it's better than saying, let's call his dad.
Oh, we shouldn't call his dad.
Yeah, no. But your sister, like, you know, I don't know. I feel like she's going to be more amenable to our shenanigans. We didn't lose him. Somebody came through a wall and took him.
Do I know if she can do stuff like that?
I mean, last you saw your sister? Probably not. You don't know what she's been up to these past few years.
I don't. I'm also, like, really out of spells.
Okay, like I said,
It was a long day.
I don't know. They seemed to jive pretty well over there, and I thought maybe, I don't know.
I think maybe we should just follow this lead for now.
Yeah, with
Don't
you.
want to create an international crisis.
Like him falling out of the sky and almost dying.
Yeah.
He gets gets himself into some sticky situations, that guy.
We get him back.
Okay.
So, as you guys are talking, back to Star. Star, you entered through the door. Heard briefly this doof. No gunshots, no stabbing. Bit of commotion. You turn towards the hall that you're currently in. You see there's kind of an inset to the door here, and you can see where probably the other set of doors come into this massive sort of foyer almost at the center of this in this room. There's a nice decorative table in the center with a large vase, some flowers kind of draping out of it. There's a doorway leading off to the left, a doorway leading off to the right, and a set of double doors ahead of you. The set of double doors are sort of cracked open. The door to your right is fully open. The door to your left is closed.
I want to walk towards the main double doors. As I'm walking, actually, I'm going to stop at the door to the right and just peek into that room, make sure there's no one looking out.
Okay.
If there isn't, I'm just going to make my way straight towards the double door.
Okay. You kind of peek over, looking into the room to your right. Looks essentially to be like a toilet area. There's a chamber pot and some other toiletries and a tub in the room. Rather nice, like ornate, like marble tub on the other side of this room. It's very beautiful. Probably costs a few thousand gold. Large mirror and a vanity on the other side. Very ostentatious, but yeah, essentially a bathroom.
To the double door then, and I will have a look through the crack in the door, see if I see or hear anyone in the room.
Okay. You look through the crack. Don't hear anything. Kind of push the door just a little bit open to peer inside. Essentially looks to be a study of sorts. You see on the far side of this room, there are two doors on either side, flanking a desk at the center. Along the entire back wall is a massive set of stained windows. The doorways seem to lead out to a balcony outside that you can vaguely make out in the dim evening light. There's a desk, papers littered across it, a leather chair behind it. There are a few other tables around the room with books on top and maps. There's a bookcase that you can see to your left at the angle that you're at. A globe in front of that, some chairs, rather ornately decorated, beautiful embroidered carpets across the floor. There is a crystal chandelier hanging in the center, but you don't see anybody inside here. And as you're looking through, you hear from the closed door, very muffled,
Okay, I want to go into the study. I want to have a quick search on the desk for either the sort of business ledger that may or may not exist that I'm looking for.
Okay.
Also see if there's a diary or a journal on there.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
That is something plus something. 19 plus something. I know my numbers. That will be a 24 in total.
Nice. 24. So you make your way to the desk. There are dozens of maps littered around of the one that's open right now is of the immediate area of Shia and the surrounding islands. There are some others rolled up in a vase to the side or sort of a basket on the floor. There are a number of other papers littered around that you look over. You get the idea, and there's a ledger, an unbound ledger that is open on the side. Most of these papers are kind of sprawling out from that, and you kind of rifle through those. It's mostly looks like shipping manifests, the cargo that's being transported, where it was taken to, things like that. You scan them. The most recent ones are shipments, it looks like, coming into Shia. Most of the cargo that is written on the manifest is, 60 pounds of saffron, 500 barrels of and Alrinian wine. There are just sort of the normal stuff you would anticipate. There are a few unmarked or unlabeled entries as well. It's just it says something like 50 Shia, 20 picked up Balaban, things like that. You probably don't go through it's not a terrible leap to get what they were transporting it, that this is the ledger for the shipping of people.
I put that ledger straight in my bag then.
Okay. You pick up the ledger and put that on your bag. You go rifling through the desks as well. You don't find a ledger, or you don't find a diary. You do find a drawer, or you do, as you're rifling through the drawers, you do find one drawer that appears to have a false bottom to it. With your investigation check, you go to pull it open, and it does appear to, it kind of feels stuck. And you notice, kind of in the far corner of the drawer, a small keyhole.
I'm gonna try pick that.
Okay. Your lockpicks.
Just need to make sure of what I did with my lockpicks. Yeah, cool. I've got the super bonus on those as well.
Yeah. So lockpick check with dexterity.
That is a 20 total.
20. Okay. You begin to work with the lockpicks a bit. It's very small and it's very intricate. The key that was probably for this is very tiny. But finally hear a click, and you're able to pull the bottom out. You lift it. Inside there appears to be a number of pieces of parchment, or actually probably about 5 or 6 pieces of parchment, stacked neatly to the side. There's also a pouch that looks like it probably has something inside of it. You can't exactly tell what it is. It's like a red satin pouch. Yeah, that's all that's in the drawer.
It was in, so I'm taking all of it.
Okay. Take the pouch. You hear something hard kind of clicking around inside of it. Tuck that in your bag. You take the pieces of parchment. They look like letters, actually, as you pick them up. They're kind of rolled at the edges, handwritten, and you don't, I assume you're not stopping to read them
No,
right
not
now.
right now.
But they do look to be some handwritten letters. You take those, stuff them in your bag, close it all back up.
Yeah, replace the drawer. If I can, I'd like to try and lock it again.
Okay. Yeah, easy enough. You lock it back using your thieves' tools.
Yeah, I'm gonna go do the dumb thing. I want to go check out the room that someone was sleeping in.
Okay. You head back out the doors. You still hear some snoring in there. You go over to that door and you push it open slowly. You see this room, a large bed chamber. There's at the center of the room, massive 4-postered bed, like bigger than king-size bed. Tall mattress with red silk sheets draping down to the sides, kind of scattered across right now. There is the sort of drapery hanging down from the sides of the 4-poster, and you can see a lump of somebody pulled with the sheets sort of pulled up, and sprawled out at the center of the bed.
I'm just gonna check any of the surfaces, drawers, tables, whatever I can, for anything valuable.
Okay, make a stealth check.
Like, it's not bad if I'm stealing from pirates, right?
Well,
That is an 18.
18. Because it's possible to roll that high in a perception check. That was cocked, so I'm rolling again. Okay. You begin to creep around the room. There's a chest, or there's a wardrobe to one side of the room. There's actually just two wardrobes to one side of the room, and a couple of chests on the other. You go over to the wardrobes, pull those open. The very fancy pirate clothing. You sort of recognize a bit of the kind of the clothing, the style, and the shape on the bed. Definitely, this is the room of Captain Dallas. Most of the clothes being very big. She is a very large woman, but very like well embroidered, well tailored, beautiful, probably very valuable clothing. And you go through that, lots and lots and lots of clothes. And on the other side of the room, the chests, you kind of creep across, open those up, and it's filled with more clothes and shoes, and I mean, just lots and lots of stuff in here. All of it perfectly clean and folded and everything. That's not messy or anything like that, but it's definitely well kept. And in the corner of the room, far away, there is a writing desk, smaller than the one that's in the main study. On top of the writing desk, you see an inkwell, a couple sheets of parchment. There aren't any drawers to the desk. Everything's just sort of open on top of it. And there is a half-written letter on top of it.
Gonna swipe it.
Okay. You swipe that letter as well. As you pick it up and the rustling of paper, you hear and you hear some kind of movement on the bed. And you turn and you see the sheets kind of pulling up as somebody is sitting up in the bed. What do you do?
I am gonna get down as low as possible. I'm basically gonna try and creep so I'm right alongside the bed, or like the foot of the bed if that's possible.
Okay. You probably go under the bed if you wanted to.
Yeah, screw it, I'm gonna go under the bed then.
Okay. Make another stealth check.
29.
29. Quickly dart on the bed, kind of sliding across the wood a bit. Your cat fur makes it a little bit easier. You stop. You see 2 feet hang over. You hear a the ground sort of creaks as she stands up. Hear the door open. You hear another door close.
I am gonna take this as my opportunity. I am gonna get to the study. I want to go out onto one of the balconies that leads outside, and I'm just gonna jump in the ocean.
Okay, you head out into the room. You see across there is the door of the bathroom is currently closed. Quickly use that moment to dart out towards the through the study, out through the doors onto the balcony. You look out to the roiling, or actually not really roiling, the lapping waters against the back of the ship. You know it's gonna be cold, but you leap over the edge, into the water. Tova, was there anything you were gonna do while you were away? Or are you gonna try to get back into the ship, or what was your plan?
Yeah, I feel like, I'd sort of like wait till they weren't looking for me anymore.
Okay.
And maybe sort of like kind of like sneak back there a little bit and kind of like see if I can see Star anywhere. But
Okay. Make another stealth check for me.
oh, that's better. That's 12.
12.
Better than 1.
Okay. All right. So you creep along the deck, kind of darting behind barrels, making your way towards the gangplank again. You begin to survey the ship. As you're creeping over, you just barely, out of the corner of your eye, see something moving, and you look over towards the stern of the ship, and you see a white furred object go whoo, spoof, down into the waters of the ocean below. At the same time as you're watching that, you hear you hear a shattering sound as a bottle breaks against the barrel that you were standing behind, and one of the pirates begins running over towards you. He's got like a club in his hand. He's like, "What did I say?" And he begins to run over in your direction.
Okay, I'm gonna run off.
Okay. You go darting off, making your second attempt to get on the ship. All the pirates beginning to gather towards the edge of the deck, watching you running away.
I'm making a good distraction.
You do, and you get far enough down the dock so they stop chasing you and leave you to do whatever you want. At the same time, you hear a swoosh as a drenched white furred tabaxi pulls himself up onto the edge of the dock that you're currently at, probably a few moorings down from where the Sapphire is.
How'd it go?
I'm pretty sure I got what I needed. How did it go on your end?
Well, not very good. But I like to think that I distracted them so you can make your getaway.
I'm pretty sure you helped. No one's chasing me, so I think we should now just go back to wherever everyone else is.
Probably a
Which I
good
believe
idea.
is currently the ship.
Yeah. So the two of you, one soaking wet cat, another mostly dejected human, makes your way down the docks, around the cove towards where the Gale is hidden. As the rest of you are having your conversation, discussing what your plans are next, there's a spoosh, spoosh as Tova and Star emerge onto the deck of the ship, having swum down to reach you. Now actually drier than you were before, Star.
Well,
I've got a lot of stuff, and I take out the ledger and the letters and whatever the hell the bag was.
Yeah, it's all soaking wet, but you have a bunch of wet, kind of runny letters. Some of the ink is running down the page a bit. It's going to be a little difficult to read, but for the most part, it looks like it'll be legible if you actually take the time to dry it off soon.
is it all books?
Most of this involves reading. You can look in this bag.
I look in the bag.
Okay. You look into the bag, and it is a beautiful dice set. No, it is a collection of small precious gems. And there's probably about 12 or so assortment of rubies, sapphires, diamonds, emeralds, combined worth, based on what you're looking at, 1,500 gold pieces.
Shiny.
And a third of that's the finder's fee.
I just like put it in my pocket, just like looking him dead in the face. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
You tried, Star. You tried.
One day.
But it is not this day, good friend.
Yeah, get on. Because Star doesn't need to. Actually, no, Star needs to sleep at this point. He's done 2 super stealthy things today. He's going to bed.
All right. Are you guys all going to go to sleep and letting the letters dry and dealing with those in the afternoon?
Yeah, I'm tapped out.
Okay. Yeah, so you all head off to rest, finding sleep, having a chance to recuperate given a rather eventful day you've all had. You wake up to the early afternoon sun. Given you, when you fell asleep, the sun was beginning to rise, and you can do as you wish, all being rested and recuperated.
I'm gonna pray for a little while so I can change up my spells.
Okay, yeah.
Me too.
Tune any spells you need to.
I'm going to get on probably with Lucius, maybe Sadel and Tober if they want to get involved with this, going through the ledger and reading the letters.
Yeah, I'll help.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So you go through the ledger. You guys begin to spread this out, kind of go through what your findings are there. The ledger is mostly, as I said, I assume you guys are focusing mostly on where they're taking people and where people are coming from, the slave shipments. The ledgers only date back probably a little bit less than a year. And they look like they've accomplished, or they've done about probably about 6 or 7 different shipments during that time. The places where they pick up captives varies. It looks like they're bringing people from other countries. You see Balavar, Ondok here. Actually, most of the other countries pretty much Gale Force and Randall picking up. You don't know. It doesn't give any details as to who these people are, how they're acquiring them. But that it seems to be a pretty vast network that they're tapping into. As far as where they're taking them, the destinations are always within Roran. You see most of the shipments coming to Shia, in the port you're at right now. A couple. There's one over to Alehaven. One to Citida, and what's the other one? Sven Malsphere. So, but most of them, it seems to be coming to this location, this place. The shipments are usually around somewhere between 20 and 50. It doesn't give any more details than that.
Hey, Sean.
Yeah.
Are there any names associated or just counts of slaves?
Just counts, no names.
Darn. Okay, thank you.
The letters, though, a little more interesting. So you dry off the letters, and there are parts of it that you might not be able to read anymore. But you're able to get a lot of the details from what you can see. The letters date back to around the same time or just before the shipments started. They are all addressed from Captain Gold to the captains of his fleet, not to Dallas specifically. Essentially, the first letter that you can find or what seems to be the first letter, essentially orders the crew to begin transport of it doesn't exactly say the cargo, it just says begin the transport of living I guess the best way I can say it, of living entities of livestock, beginning the transport to it seems to be coded to Roran. It says it doesn't give many more details than that, other than at this point all ships are to divert their attention to making shipments towards Roran, that there's new business, that they are required or being required to begin. There are new contracts to be fulfilled. Some of the other letters, or some of the next letters that you can see, look more like they're in response to something. You see Gold writing, essentially saying that that he understands the concerns that his captains have, but they are to do as told. That there are forces at play that have put them in this situation. Most of the letters are like that, just it seems to be addressing concerns. The last one, though, that you can see from Gold, this one is shorter, still directed to all the captains, and says, essentially, while in port, gather as much information as you can. It also says that any communications with the cargo should be handled at the captain's discretion.
The half-written letter I grabbed, what of that can I make out?
Yeah, this letter, as you flip to this one, says, obviously addressed from Dallas to Gold, it seems. From the half of it that was actually written, it starts out by saying, I know I voiced these concerns before, but I'm uncomfortable with this arrangement. The crew have been talking. There are strange figures keeping eyes on us while in harbor. We need more details. The crew believes they're in danger. I saw the last shipment. I understand what you're doing, but I don't like it. Putting our own people at risk does not seem worth the effort. And that seems to be the gist of it before, she doesn't finish the letter, obviously.
First thing I want to do is copy down as much of the information of the slave shipments, the wheres and the twos, as I possibly can. Also copying down, writing notes on the letters from Gold to the captains. Putting that in an envelope to one side as then can present to whoever the Triton in charge of this thing is. Let's just wait until Den and Lil is done praying so we can all have a chat.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you are able to do all that. Okay. And the rest of you eventually wake, and we'll say Den and Lil. You make your way back to the you make your way to the group and kind of are conveyed. I assume the rest of you convey this information to them, so we don't have to sit here and reiterate all that.
Nope, I want to talk about all of it in real time.
So it turns out.
Well, now what?
Well, it sounds like we could maybe get some of their pirates, Gold's pirates on our side to maybe help us out. If they've been watching what's been going on, they may know a little bit more than we do, and maybe we could get them to help us out if they don't love what they're doing.
I agree. It's good to know that even the others don't like what they're doing. They're going to follow orders, because, I mean, you would, but it's good to know not everyone is in line with what is going on. I agree with you, Lil. Maybe it's a way to get them to help.
I mean, is that something they do, Den?
What, help?
Parlay? No, I mean parlay. Like, we both don't like what's going on here, and slavery sucks, so let's all work together.
I mean, we could try. I guess the worst that happens is we just beat shit out of each other and then do it on our own.
So a typical Friday night.
Yeah, for me.
My question, especially for everyone on that ship, it says in the letters that there are higher forces at work. I can assume I know who they are talking about, but what deal was made that would get a pirate such as Gold to do something that he might not be okay with?
I think you've already said it. It's sort
Just
of in the name,
Gold?
isn't it?
It's just Gold. Well, again, I don't know the man personally. It's probably a lot of money, but from what reading between the lines of these letters, Sean.
Yes.
Reading the letters, does it seem like it was one of those, like his answers were one of those, just do this because I'm the captain, you don't know what you're talking about, or was it, we have to do this or else something bad will happen? Like, was he fearful, or was it just, there's a lot of money in it, let's do it?
I like the idea of insight checking some letters.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of I'm trying to think of the word for the study of the FBI, like discerning speech patterns in writing. But yeah, we'll go for that. It's a real life thing, so I don't see why it can't be done in a fantasy world.
I'm probably going to take like a negative to it, but
this is going to be interesting. I'm going to say an insight check with intelligence. So if you're proficient in insight, you get to add your proficiency bonus, but you're using your intelligence modifier.
Okay. All right. So I am. So it's 3 plus 1. Okay. So let me do that. Oh god, this is. So I'm gonna roll that. Oh god, I rolled really high on that, but I get to add other stuff. 16.
So essentially, what's your
19, 20. I got a 20.
Okay, so your intelligence is higher than your wisdom?
No. My intelligence is 1. So I just rolled the 16 on the dice plus the 1 plus the proficiency bonus, which is 2.
Well, are you proficient in insight is my question.
I am, yes.
Okay.
I just took the roll. Yeah, I just took the roll.
By the roll there. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
You did it in a very complicated way, and I'm trying
know.
to understand what happened. Okay, yeah, 20, awesome. So you read over the letters, and you know there are parts missing here, but you're looking at the speech patterns, and you're looking at some of the earlier letters versus some of the later letters where he's addressing the concerns. And based on the patterns of the writing that you're seeing, it doesn't so much seem as an order that he's speaking from a place of power, do what I say. There is an element of concern, I guess, is the best that you can really gather from the writings, is that the words that he uses and the ways that he's phrasing things, it seems to be coming from a place of somebody who is worried, either about themselves or about the crew. You're not really sure, but is coming from a place of worry.
Reading over them, and these span the course of a year or so, but just reading through them and reading the first one to the last, I don't think it's motivated by money. I think it's motivated by fear. He's concerned about something. He's worried about something. So, again, to Lil's point, it might help to know what he is afraid of, because what can scare a pirate like gold?
Well,
It's got to be something.
he's not here to ask, but Dallas is.
We can ask her.
We could try. She might
could
shoot
try.
us.
I mean, we'll shoot back. Well, one of us will shoot back. I don't know about the rest, but
Out of character, is there such a thing as like parlay?
You're talking to me or talking
Yeah,
to her?
talking to you, Sean. Is there such thing as a parlay? Like you can have a diplomatic talk with.
Yeah, that's a word that exists.
the French invented it.
Yeah. I mean, the pirate code is more like
Guidelines.
Parsley.
Parsnip. Parsley.
I mean, yeah. There isn't like a defined thing with pirates specifically. I mean, the act of it. I mean, the act of meeting people on neutral territory to discuss things is something that exists within the world. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be a dick. I don't know a better way to explain it.
It's okay. I just, because I'm gonna give Lil a chance to create another word, like, all the other.
Parlay, yes, we're going to use the word parlay because I'm not
Okay.
making up a new word for it.
Cool.
If you're asking if the word parlay or the term parlay exists, we'll go with that.
Okay, let's go with it. Thank you. I just, yeah.
Okay.
It's old Elvish.
It's what is it? The tabaxi word for something else that I keep coming up with.
Always the tabaxi word.
How do you know all of this?
Lil pays attention.
Okay, so you guys are you going to do? What are you guys doing right now? I think is the best thing for me to ask.
We probably wouldn't be too hard to find where Dallas and the crew hang out. Someone may be able to approach and suggest a meeting, but they're currently probably on guard because someone stole a lot of shit from their ship. Like, not naming names or anything.
It's gonna have to be a crew member.
Not it.
Got a pretty good look at me last night, so I don't know if I should be it either.
Yeah. No offense to some of you, but I mean a real crew member.
Like crew?
Like with the tattoo.
So it's you or I, Lucius.
When did it do?
Or me. I mean.
Or you.
Or you. But I don't think the captain would. I don't know. Maybe you will.
I'm not very convincing.
I don't know pirate code yet, so
I mean, I'm willing.
I am too. Heck, we can both go. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, it's worth the shot. I mean, what are they gonna do? They're gonna try and attack us if it doesn't work, and or they'll just kick us off the ship. Because, I mean, as much as I don't want to go anywhere without my axe, I'm willing to walk in there without my weapon to be like, hey, I'm not here to fight. We're just here to talk.
I wouldn't do that.
I probably wouldn't. It's probably not a good idea.
Just keep it on your back.
Okay, well,
Or your hip. I don't know where you carry your weapons.
it's too big to go on my hip.
That's, yep. You're
It
very
drags on the
small.
ground. It drags on the ground behind her.
Well, we could probably just like fix a wheel to it so that she does have a dead.
Please make it a squeaky wheel.
Wow,
All
that helium
right.
factory explosion just caught everyone.
All right.
Well, I mean, okay, would it be better to go earlier in the evening before they get too drunk, or should we go after they get real drunk?
What time is it?
Right now it's probably the equivalent of like 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
There, we should probably go now.
Okay. You ready, Lou?
I mean, there's... You're the talker here, I think.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, here goes nothing, guys. It worked so well before.
Wait, where are we doing this meeting?
I was just gonna go to their ship.
Yeah,
See
but
if
we
she's
have
there.
to. Yeah, but I'm not walking on their ship for a meeting, and they're sure as hell not walking on mine.
You can do it on the dock outside the ship.
Bucks on board, maybe.
Oh.
That's a good idea.
Well, should I go and, like, hand a note to some Joe Schmo on their ship? Be like, hey, meet us here.
We cordially invite you to the Bucks on board for
Parlay!
For a parlay between...
Parlay and cakes. I guess. I mean, you could just talk to him.
Okay, that's what I'll do.
Okay, talking, not letter.
Yeah.
Okay, needed to make sure because there's a letter. Then I was going to have you guys decide what it said beforehand.
Yeah.
This is more fun.
Talk to an officer, if you can.
So, what are the rest of you doing? Are you guys going back onto dry land while this is happening, or are the rest of you just hanging out on the ship? Or are you guys heading over to the Bucks and Boar?
I'm gonna head over to the boar in advance.
Yeah, head over to the boar.
Okay. So you all leave the ship, swimming or floating, or I assume Den, you're saving spell slots. Or are you gonna walk?
Yeah, nope. Sorry, guys, we're swimming.
All right.
Can I hang on to Dieter
Yeah.
and make him swim for me?
You got Didar there. He's going to help you swim. So you hang on to the back of the mechanical plesiosaurus and ride from your magical underwater ship to the docks of the harbor. Wow, what have I done with this campaign?
This game has gotten out of control.
Didar is the greatest thing I ever made.
Welcome to D&D, folks.
Out of all the
Anything
things
is
that I've
possible.
done.
Yeah. Okay. So the rest of you head towards the Bucks and Boar. Lil, did we decide Lucius? Are you going with her, or is it just Lil?
No, I'm going with her.
Okay. Lil and Lucius, the two of you make your way to the Sapphire. The guard presence around the ship seems to be a little higher for some reason than you see in the past. There are some pirates making their way to and fro, some hanging around on the docks, cleaning weapons, drinking mostly. As you approach, a few of the less drunk ones stand and kind of saunter over towards you, one hand on their weapons as you are brazenly approaching their ship in the middle of the day. One steps forward. What you want?
A word with Captain Dallas.
Ah, fuck off.
That's what your mom said last night.
I want you to make a check, but I don't know what check that would be. Just make a charisma check for me.
The whole party is that gif of all those guys going.
That was a little bit of Sarah coming out and Lil there. I don't know what happened.
No, we're not bringing your mom jokes to my fantasy world.
Too late.
Okay, you said a charisma check?
Yeah, just roll magic charisma.
It's a 9.
9. He steps up to you, being probably 4 feet taller than you. No, not 4 feet. 3 feet. He's like, you're not that short. He comes walking up, getting right in your face, kind of leaning down towards you, and he says, you better get along before I fucking throw you off into the water here. I'm not very intimidating. I'm still trying to get over this your mom joke. He gets down your face. He spits in your face. We're going to go with that.
Well, at least your mom was nicer. Tell Captain Dallas that we'll be at the Buxton Boar and that the Fury Pirates would like a couple of words on neutral ground. Are you smart enough to tell her that?
He grits his teeth so hard you swear you hear one of them crack. He looks down. He says, you're with the fucking Fury Pirates. Prove it.
Oh, at that point, Lucius's tail just sneaks around and taps him on the shoulder, and the tattoo on the thing just waves in front of him.
Fine then. I'll see what she says. She might get a good fight out of it. He stands up, turns around, and begins to walk back towards the deck. Walk back towards the ship.
I just turn foot and walk away.
It's not how I imagined that interaction going. I
am the best captain. I make the best decisions.
Like I said, Lil may have charisma. Sometimes she doesn't use it.
Sarah, that was perfect. And I love you so much for that.
All right. Well, it's taking a dark turn during this campaign. We got it. So the two of you head back towards the Buxton Boar, where you meet up with the rest of your friends. You all sit there and wait. And you wait.
We should probably disguise Tova a little bit while we have the chance, thinking about what she said earlier.
Good idea.
All right. How you guys How are you guys disguising her, other than the mustache?
Can we give her like a cloak and put her at the bar, like just kind of like sitting there and like nearby enough that she can hear, but not be apparently.
Yeah, maybe not like sitting at the table with
us.
you guys, but kind of, yeah. Good idea.
I'm sure one of us has like a hood or something. Star's probably got like 8.
The only one I have is the magical one currently draped around my shoulders.
I mean, Lou has a shit ton of scarves.
Yeah, just give her all the scarves. I forgot you had all the scarves.
I have a shit ton of scarves.
Yeah, just give her some scarves.
You just wrap a scarf around your face, and yeah, I'd say it's enough to probably disguise you. You might stand out a little bit wearing scarves in this weather, but you're disguised. But after doing so, you guys sit there and you wait for a while. An hour passes, 2 hours pass, sun begins to set. The bar begins to kind of pick up a bit, gets a little bit more crowded. You sit there for a while.
I'm going around trying to get people to arm wrestle me.
Okay. Most people look at you and they say no.
Tova, do you want to arm wrestle again? I'm so bored.
She's supposed to be hidden. I think arm wrestling you would kind of ruin that.
Then I'll arm wrestle you.
Okay, I arm wrestle Dad.
Wait, she should go outside and arm wrestle the D-Dot.
He doesn't have arms.
He's got legs.
He has the fins. You could probably do it with one of those.
But doesn't he have like legs too? Like the fins dock and then the legs come out?
Come on, Dan. I'll arm wrestle you.
I don't want to break him. I want to arm wrestle Sado.
Okay.
I don't want to break the mechanical instrument, but I'll break Sadel's arm.
But I'll break Grandpa.
I'm not gonna break Grandpa.
So the thin, grayed-haired, bespectacled Sadel sits down. Your knee aching a bit as you rest down in the chair. You look over and you see Den sits down, full plate armor, chair creaking underneath her. She puts up one arm, just ripped with muscle, holds it out in front of you.
All right, you don't have to rub it in.
No, I'm setting this up here for a great
yeah.
win on your side. You guys lock arms in that moment there. Who's counting down? I was expecting something dramatic or funny.
Wait, what roll are we making?
It's gonna be athletics.
3, 2, 1, go.
A 19.
I rolled a natural 20.
Holy. Well, either way, what? That's a
28 is a 28.
28 versus 19. So, still, this is an epic. I need better music for this. Hold on.
What a waste of a natural 20.
The two of you lock arms there. Den, you prepare yourself for this this showdown. You prepare to go a little bit easy on Sadel.
I feel like I have enough control over my arm to make it look like he's putting up a fight.
Well, I mean, you do, because he does put up a fight. You lock arms. Star gives the count 3, 2, 1. In that moment, there is a lurching there as you see Sadel's face go red, veins on the side begin to pop, and he just lurches back, trying to get you in one at the start there. His just being quicker on the draw than you. You feel your arm lurch back, the muscles straining from the intensity of the force behind his hand that you weren't expecting. Kind of starting to understand all the blacksmithing and the metalwork probably does help for something. And over the next 30 or 40 seconds, the two of them strain back and forth, Den having to put all of her muscle behind besting Sadel in this competition. And finally, after that 30 or 40 seconds, Sadel, you feel your arm creaking, you know you have to give out, and boosh! Den finally puts you out.
Ooh, yep, that went about as well as I thought it would.
Well done. You lift.
Dost thou lift, bro? At that point, as the bout finishes, and a couple people around the bar go, "Ah!" and toast glasses in your direction. There's a poof at the door as it swings open, slams against a table next to it, and you see a rather nasty-looking fellow with a big scar under one eye and along his cheek, bald-headed with tattoos running along the back, the crown of his head, down the back of his neck, comes stepping in. Where are the goddamn fairy pirates at?
I saw Q. I stand up.
I stand up next to her. Stand up too.
He looks over all of you. Looks like they're here. He steps to the side, and you see 4 other figures, as big and as nasty looking as this one, come stepping in behind him, flanking around the bar. And behind them comes the not as tall and imposing, but the large form of Captain Dallas, in her crimson regalia, studded with gold trim and diamond studded cufflinks on the edge of her on her wrists. She saunters in, looks across to all of you, motions towards the tables that are in front of you that are currently occupied, at which point the people sitting there just split. Tables and chairs just falling to the side. Many people in the bar quickly making their way towards the exits, ready to leave. Dallas looks over to the bar to Hallen, gives a nod and holds up 3 fingers, and Hallen says, yes, right away. And she darts back into the kitchen. The gold pirates walk around the sides of the room, standing, not sitting down, as Dallas walks to the table towards the center that's been cleared out between you and her, pulls up a chair and sits down in it. Her golden hair braid kind of loosely hanging to the side. She leans over and says, which one of you am I speaking with then?
Is my braid longer than hers?
Probably a little bit.
Okay, Dothraki style. I'll sit down across from her.
She watches you sit, says, am I to understand that you're the captain of whatever vessel you might have? I didn't even know the Fury pirates were in port. Or are you without a ship?
We have quite the ship. But you won't see it unless we want you to.
I imagine it must be pretty small to escape our sight.
Maybe it's all that gold shining in your eyes.
Maybe. And your name, Captain?
Fish.
Fish. Interesting. I'm aware of many of the captains of the Fury. I don't know you, though.
You will.
Well, you went through all the trouble of calling me here, insulting my crew. A few of them just wanted to come here and knock some skulls together. I told them maybe not. Maybe there was a reason for your brashness, or the brashness of your friend. So, what business have you to discuss with me?
A couple of things. First, I want you to know Dallas? Right?
Yes.
Sorry, you're not one of the well-known captains. I swing my braid a little bit.
She swings hers back.
Braid fight! I want you to know that, barring some ill-conceived move on your part, we're not here to fight. We're not here to mess with whatever you're doing. But we know a few things about what's going on. A few things about what you're doing. What Gold is asking you to do.
All right, then. What do you know?
Well, I want us to be able to be honest with each other. Something's going on here. We know that. You know that. Creepy men in cloaks watching your men. Trading slaves. Gold maybe sounding afraid of something for the first time. I want to know what's going on.
She seemed rather disinterested in this conversation for the most part, not really making eye contact very much, kind of looking everywhere but at you. As you mention those, or as you finish the statement, she locks eyes with you and leans in, says, "All right. I can assume then that your friends and yourselves are behind the theft aboard my ship."
I didn't steal anything. You can have your letters back if you really need them. Not interested.
All this proves is that you're rather good at stealing, but not much of anything else. Why shouldn't I turn my men on you right now?
Because I think we both want the same thing.
Which is?
These hooded fucks are messing with you and your business, and they're messing with mine. And I don't want to be a part of it. I don't think you want to be a part of it. And we might know where to find them to at least put an end to this group of them, or find out what's going on. You want to help your captain?
Make a persuasion check. And I'll give you advantage on it because of the information that you have.
Okay, and I want to insight check her answer when she responds.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's pretty good. 18.
She leans back in her chair and crosses her arms. Looks around at their crew. Wait outside. The crew looks over at her, or the crew members with her says, "Captain, that doesn't sound like a good idea." "Don't make me say it twice. Wait outside." "All right." "Sort off." Makes the rest of them leave. They exit. The doors close. She rubs her temples and says, "Well, this is fucked up."
Yeah, no shit.
"I don't know why, but I believe that you'll help me." "What have I got to lose? I don't know what the fuck's going on here anyway." "Yeah, something's going on. Gold's been acting different. Giving orders via letter. Taking on cargo that I wouldn't consider bringing aboard our ship otherwise. There's no profit to be made in it." "I don't know what to tell you other than if you got someone for us to shoot at, we'll certainly shoot at them. We've tried everything to root out what's going on here, but we're not getting anything from Gold. And we haven't even received our orders here yet. We were supposed to receive a correspondence yesterday, and one of my crew members misplaced it. So now we're starting from scratch." Something's wrong here, though. I've been sailing these waters and visiting these ports for a few decades now. Things are strange here, even since the war.
We might know where their closest hidey hole is. And so happens they've got something that I want.
Well, that's good then. If, like I said, if you have any information to offer, that might help, but I'm not getting my crew wrapped up in this right now. We have our orders. I'm following them, as I'm sure you understand. I can't risk sticking our noses in where we shouldn't and where we've been told not to. But I know that we've been told not to ask too many questions, to play nice with these people that we're taking these shipments to. And that's it.
You don't want to find out what's happening.
Oh, I want to find out. But I also need to follow orders.
Orders from who? A piece of paper?
Orders from my captain.
When was the last time you saw your captain?
I have faith in him. That's why I've followed him to this extent. That's why I've done all of the things that I've done here.
And if something's wrong with him, if he's in danger, and these people might be able to tell us why. You help us and we'll give you whatever information we find in that place.
I'll make you a deal. You find something here, bring me something tangible to show me what's going on, to show me that it's as bad as we are concerned of, that there is something happening here that gives me a reason to believe that my captain is under duress. You bring me something, and I'll tell my crew. And we'll help each other.
Insight check that.
Yeah.
I'm also gonna inside check her.
Morgan, you can, or Tova, you can inside check. And
Okay. Just from earlier, from when she started.
Yeah, I'll let that cover the whole
Okay.
conversation.
27.
Okay. Excellent. I'll let Den do hers too.
Yeah.
What's 19 plus 8?
27.
27!
Wow. Nice.
Twinsies. Okay. Based on her tone, the shifting of her posture, the way that she's been carefully seeming to weigh every word that's been said before responding, you can tell that she is very intentional in everything she's doing right now. That this is a fine line that it does not seem that she wants to walk at this point. However, it does not seem that she's lying to you. You're getting the impression that she's coming from a place of being out of options, but also intense loyalty to her captain. So there's a conflict there, and you guys are sort of playing at that conflict and getting somewhere. But she's kind of, you can tell she's at that offer that she made is probably further than she wanted to go.
Fair enough.
Well, good. As far as I know, this meeting never happened, but if you have any information, you know where our ship is.
We do.
I hope to speak with you soon. Or to not speak with you again. I can't decide which one I prefer more. It's a pleasure meeting you, Captain Fish. She stands on the table. Hallen walks out with 3 pitchers of wine, seeing them leaving. Dallas walks over, pulls a pouch out off the side of her belt, slams it down on the counter. Pretty hefty pouch of coin. Takes the 3 pitchers, gives a nod, and just walks out the door. You can see Hallen takes the person, tucks in her apron.
I like her.
Well, that went better than expected.
Sometimes you just gotta know where to hit them.
I gotta get better at that. You were much more convincing.
Well, to be fair, she's been doing it for a lot longer than all of us combined.
I'm a lot older than all of you. I think you all forget that sometimes.
We do.
We do.
I'm older than most of you.
Nobody's older than Sidel!
Nope, nobody's older than Sidel. But I have been doing this for a long time.
My fellow kids.
As skateboarding grandpa does the kick flip, we'll go ahead and take a break there. So I remember to take some break during a session. We'll come back to see what you guys want to do next. All right. We will be right back, everyone. Welcome back, Internet. Thank you all for waiting through another classic 5-minute Survivors Complex break. We are ready to jump back in. Before we do, since we have some more people in the chat, thank you for everyone that followed. If you're still here, if you're not and you're watching this video later, thank you for following. Appreciate it. Also, thank you to G-Master and Joseph for subscribing, being our first subscribers, or some of our first subscribers. That is awesome. We appreciate it. We definitely look forward to taking any subscriptions to use to do more giveaways and stuff like that in the future. We're going to give it straight back out to everyone out there. So we're thrilled about that. Just going to plug a couple of things since, again, we have more people in the chat kind of mid-game. Make sure you check us out if you're liking what you're seeing today. A lot of us play in other games on the channel. We will be, I know Savannah and I play in a game called Wild Space on Mondays, run by Ryan, who I think has been active in the chat periodically. There's a lot of things on the channel and is an awesome DM. So we will be playing that on Monday, on New Year's. And then I will be running a game of Apocalypse World starting on Tuesday. And you can come watch us play a different system and do some fun things. And we'll have a lot of familiar faces there as well. So come check us out. We're going to be lots of fun stuff going on. So if you like RPGs, you like games, you like video games, like, follow, subscribe.
And speaking of giveaways.
Speaking of giveaways, we hit our goal, obviously, on Twitch by hitting 50 and getting our affiliate status. So as part of our 3-part dice giveaway, we are doing the second part of that. We hit our Twitter goal. We gave away a set of dice there. We hit our Twitch goal, so we're going to throw some dice at people. We, I think, are setting the deadline for entry on the 15th. During the episode of Wild Space that Monday. In order to enter, just go to the Survivors or the Game Nights Twitter, like the post there. Make sure you're following us here and on Twitter and on YouTube as well. Would be awesome. And we will be drawing randomly based on whoever meets those criteria. And if you win dice, we'll send them to you. We got lots of pretty shiny ones that are over there, too far out of reach for me to get. But we're looking forward to giving those away. If not, I'm keeping them because I like them. So you can follow us to steal dice from me. That's all I got then. So jumping back into the game with music. The pirates have left the tavern. You're all sitting there. Discuss what you want to do next.
Not all at once, guys.
Sorry, this is my favorite song.
I know, it's really good.
Well,
So
they're not gonna help us until we give them something to help us with. They need a carrot, right?
They need proof.
Which, I mean, is completely understandable.
I don't
but-
blame them. I wouldn't put my people in that situation going in not knowing.
I mean, we put
But that's
ourselves
what we
in
do
that
all the
situation.
time.
Well, that's what we do all the time, but we're
Better.
Gale Force.
Gale Force!
Yeah.
Sorry, we haven't said our name and it's been too long.
Well, okay. So, just going into the hidey hole, all arms afire.
I'm so
Guess
glad that I am resistant to fire. Cause,
You keep
I mean,
saying that?
I smell really bad when I'm on fire. It's the
No, I mean, I
fur.
guess it's a term of speech that, like, we're gonna go in and just beat some people down.
Is that another tabaxi word that you have come up with?
I've
You
never
know,
heard
it's
it.
Arms on fire. That's all common.
I don't know if it translated from something else. I don't know.
I mean,
Should we go in arms of fire, or should we do some scouting first?
Here's the thing. Every time we plan something, what usually happens?
It
I
goes
forget the
terribly
plan.
Wrong. We get into a fight. Den forgets the plan, murders people, And
If we go stealthy, I usually
Pretty
bomb
much.
the stealth and go shaky and make too much noise.
Yeah, you sound like a bunch of pans.
I shoot somebody in the knee, it just,
So,
He could have been an adventurer.
such an adventure he would have. Anyway, I guess we could maybe stake out the place, or at least the more sneaky of us, the side-eye star, just to kind of get the lay of the land. But as soon as we go in, they're probably going to know we're coming.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure no matter what, they know we're going in. It's how prepared we want everyone to be. If they know one of us has gone in alone, that's probably immediate ambush territory.
It's probably a death sentence for whoever
If
does
we
it.
all go charging in together, we might have a better chance.
Especially if our arms are on fire.
I'm not doing that.
Arms aflame.
Arms aflame. I mean, I can do it. It's perfectly okay, but I am resistant to it.
I'm not.
I'm not either, so I really don't want to light myself on fire.
I'm
but
like the opposite.
I'm ready to like make my arms hurt and like my muscles really on fire by like slamming my axe at people.
Feel the burn.
Exactly. So I have kind of a random question.
You usually do.
I know.
No, that's usually you then.
Yep.
So this magician and his little secret society.
Mhm.
To me, it sounds really, really similar to the Tabaxi one that was stealing kids. Like, they're moving people around, and maybe they're moving people around into weird portals. Then they also become weird portal slaves. Is it just me, or does that sound...
I don't know. Maybe it depends on where this magician is from. If he's from the Twilight Realms as well, then maybe?
Well,
We don't actually know what they're doing with them, just that they are taking them to someplace and they need to be people that could fit in with the populace.
Okay. I don't know, I may be reaching, but it just
No,
seems-
it's a good idea.
But we do know some of the types of people that wouldn't fit in, so we're narrowing it down.
Yeah.
Well, we're certainly going to go try to find out.
I vote we just take a walk up there, and we go in, and we just make it up as we go along.
I like that plan.
And I won't even try to sneak anywhere. How about that?
No. I think you should possibly try to sneak before anything, and then when it goes bad, because everyone knows that it will, you can come up behind somebody and do what you do.
Lucius, how far away is this place?
Hey, Sean, how
Can
far
we-
away is this place?
Can we actually just like walk there? Or do we need to like sail to another continent or something?
No, it's
No,
in the city.
it's in the city.
It's like in the
Yeah.
city.
What he saw was, or what you saw, Lucius, was a essentially the entry to like a tunnel system, like a almost like a drainage or a sewer system beneath the city.
It's in the city, and it's... Well, I'm just gonna go out and say it. It's probably in the sewer systems. That's what it looked like.
Well, I've always known slavers to be rats, but
It's very true.
They are really shitty human beings.
At least the Null's just 8 people.
And I mean, we took out, well, one of us took out a war chief, so, I mean, how bad can slavers be?
Don't jinx
So,
it.
are you guys just going for it?
As horrible as that plan is,
Should we
it
see?
is
Should we
yes.
see if we can reach the prince again? I mean, it sounds like you got caught off before you can finish speaking with him, should we see if we can contact him again?
How many times can you do that then?
A couple.
Is it going to drain you too much if you do it one more time?
Well, we slept, so
That's true, we did.
yeah, I could do that.
You can at least try.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do a sending spell.
Hopefully your mind does not melt.
Hopefully. It's happened once before. That wasn't a sending spell, though. That was something else. I'll do sending spell and try to contact the prince again, see if he can tell where he is. Mostly I want to see if he's alive. Who, what, when, or why?
Okay. You send the message out to the prince. There's a pause. And you just get back a very short message. Who are you?
He's alive.
But
You don't look like you have good news for us.
He didn't recognize my voice.
Did it sound like him, at least?
Yeah.
Damn it. Well. Either way, we need to go get him.
It might be something that can be fixed.
I'm hoping that we can.
Arms aflame, then.
arms aflame.
All right. So you all set your arms on fire. Make your
I
way
used the cantrip, control flames, and set us all on fire. I don't do that.
You, Lucius, you guide the group towards where you have mentally have this projected image of where you know this to be based on the mind reading you did before. As you make your way towards the city streets, or through the city streets, you find yourself veering towards the northeastern walls of the city. As the sun is set at this point, darkness once again taking the city streets, people retiring to their homes. You see the lights cast out from the windows of the nearby houses, all kind of nestled together in clusters in this sort of residential area, casting long streaks along the city roads. You come up to the road that abuts the city wall, and it's there that you see a circular, a grate, like a drainage pipe through the walls. And you recognize this location from your vision. It's not something that would cause or call the attention of anybody walking past, other than the signs that a few children might run around in this area and leave scratchings on the walls and the bars. Seems to just be drainage pipe, but it is what matches your image in your mind.
We've been traveling together for what, like a year now, right? Like Gale Force has been together for a year now?
A year and like a few weeks, yeah.
Okay. In all of that time, and this is kind of a question for Star as well, or Alex, would Star have like told them about like Thieves' Cant or anything?
I don't think I've ever explicitly mentioned it. Like,
Okay.
I've mentioned looking for signs of things before, but that's about it.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Cool. So Lou wouldn't know. Well, this is the place. It's a good hiding spot. Who wants to go first?
Me and Lil.
I was going to say because I can see the best in the dark, maybe I should go first.
I can see pretty well in the dark as well. I think the only person who can't is Den? For Tova? Yeah, Tova as well. So, this is going to be interesting.
All right. I want to go first.
Stick behind me and just follow my clanking. You'll be fine.
Then, as soon as we find a brightly lit tunnel in the middle of nowhere that's in an ominous temple, you can go first because you'll be able to see as far as the rest of us.
Okay. This doesn't feel very aflame to me.
So you all make your way towards the tunnel entrance there with the grates. And there are sections of the grates that look like they've been bent away either from storms, just natural erosion, parts that have broken off. So you're all able to work your way through and enter the tunnels. So you don't have any light source right now. Okay. So as you enter the tunnel here, Den and Tova, completely in the dark.
It's okay, I usually am.
But you can guide along with your friends. It's enough where you can vaguely make out some movement around you with your companions that are close to you, so you can guide off of their movement in the darkness as your eyes begin to adjust. You walk forward probably about 20 or 30 feet, and you do notice that the tunnel itself ends as it exits the other side of the walls, where there's a grate that looks to be mostly intact, a little more heavily fortified, allowing the water and drainage to pass outside of the city. However, your attention is diverted to the right. As you can see, there is a tunnel there, looks to be broken through the wall, that is leading down. It almost looks like natural erosion.
I'm gonna take out my flail and shield, just in case.
Okay.
If we turn any other direction than going straight, I'm gonna turn around and just give Tova and Den a heads up before we do it.
Mm-hmm. That's fine. So you guys are heading down the sloping tunnel. Okay. As you begin to make your way into this tunnel and begin to go to the right, I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw.
Everybody add 4, because I'm assuming everybody's within 10 feet of me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wisdom saving throw.
So down, buddy. 12.
A
This is
natural
all
one.
with the +4. The 12 is with the +4.
Mhm.
Oh, +4. Wait.
I got a natural one, but with a +4, that's 6.
I got a 17.
I got a 10.
And 21 for me.
Okay. So the two that can't see, you're suddenly very confused as the rest of your group just turns around and starts walking back the other direction that you came from. The rest of you suddenly don't even know why you're going that way. You just turn around, start walking out, and the rest of you walk out of the tunnel back onto the street again.
What are we doing back out here?
That was
Why were we in there?
Wait, are me and Tova still in?
I mean, it depends on if you would have
Side?
gone with them. You felt them turning around and going back the other way.
Wait, I'm confused.
Yeah, maybe before we so we go back up. We're going back up, and then when we get back to that main tunnel, I'll be like, "Where are we going?"
Why did we turn around? I thought we were going the right way.
How did we even get this far?
We walked.
No, we didn't.
Wait, did they just like not remember going down there, or
No, I mean, you remember getting here. You just remember going in and then basically not wanting to go that way anymore. Now you're back out here. You remember why you came here. You also realize that you don't want to go down there anymore. There's a weird conflict because you actually have a reason to go down there that you still remember that. But you also remember the strong sort of sensation basically forcing you to not go that way. Something in your mind that was saying, turn around and leave.
All of a sudden, I felt turning around and leaving the tunnel was the best idea.
that doesn't make
Sail.
any sense. They're in the tunnel.
I know they are, but I got... What?
Listen, I know I'm not like usually the smart one, but I feel like I know what I'm talking about.
Can I don't know, make a Arcana check or something to think about, to
That's
rack
good.
my brain about a spell that may turn us, like, because we knew they would probably not want us there if we're not part of the cool kids. So.
Yeah, you can make an Arcana check. Anybody else who wants to make one, speak now or forever hold your peace.
I'll make one.
Sure. Everyone make Arcana checks.
Okay.
You get an
I'm
Arcana
gonna-
check.
Morgan, yes.
Natural
Yeah,
20.
I'm just gonna actually look around and see if I notice if like anybody's watching us or if I see anything.
Make a perception check.
Okay.
I got
So-
a 6.
I got a
6.
I got a 17, so a 15.
Okay, and I got 11 on perception.
Under perception. Okay. And the other two of you, as you're very eagerly waiting to see what you rolled.
Natural 20, so 26.
Natural 20, 28.
Oh, right. We get to add 4, don't we?
No.
No, that's on
No.
saving throws.
So
No,
24.
that's saving throws. Just
So
kidding.
I was like, I see that number there. I know it's a 24. Don't try to bullshit, man.
I thought we had a +4. Fuck off.
You lie. You get anti-inspiration.
Now you only have a natural 20.
Right.
But anyway, so 24 and 26. The rest of you aren't really sure. Sadel and Lucius, with your training, Sadel with your vast knowledge of everything. You both realize, crap. There is a spell, a compulsion spell, which can be used and is a rather sort of nuisance. It's a powerful ability that can be used to deter people or make people to do small tasks. You gather it was something like that that might have caused you to leave the tunnel. And for future reference too, and I don't think you did it this time, I should have told you, Sadel, it wouldn't have made a difference at all. You get advantage on the saving throws against this because it is a charm effect. But you would have only rolled a 13, so you still fail. Or +4, 17.
So you would have passed, wouldn't you?
So I would have passed.
You would have passed, but we're okay. We made it through that.
For the sake of plot, I did not.
Yeah.
Did you use your armor for that?
No. It's only for attacks.
Yeah.
We got whammied.
You got whammied.
Yes,
Yep.
I got whammied.
So,
Okay.
Well, should we
Is
try it
there-
again?
Is there a way to get around it?
Would I know?
With my
if there's
fast
a-
knowledge, would I know?
I mean, you could destroy whatever is whatever glyph or whatever enchantment is causing the effect.
Oh,
Or you
I could do that.
dispel it. Yeah. Yeah. If somebody could
can help.
dispel that, then and I would let you know, because you are you guys rolled so damn high, that this would be the 4th tier of spellcasting. It's a 4th level spell, so you can convey that to your group.
Well, I mean, I could maybe bring it down, but it would take probably a little bit of time. If I could find out where it was located.
Could we just like beat it?
Yeah, can we just like break it?
You know, not everything can, especially magic, can be destroyed by hitting it. But yes, you can.
Okay, well let's go hit it.
What was that then? I could not hear you.
I said, come on, Lil, let's find it and break it.
Okay.
So I lead her back to where, pretty much right where it turned me around, but not quite there, so that I don't get returned around, and I start looking for the glyph.
Okay. Lil, you can make a perception check. Den, you can't, because you can't see.
I could turn on a light. You guys never want to do that, though.
Ooh, nope, you don't need to. I don't think. We'll see. Perception, 19.
Okay. You scan the sort of entryway here, and you do notice on some of the broken bricks on the top of the entryway, there is just this faint kind of scrawling of some sort of very faint glyph up there.
So I'm gonna go ahead and basically, using my battle axe, basically put the battle axe near where it is, and kind of, so that Den can see the trajectory of where it's going,
She can't see.
or feel the trajectory of so if I do this, and then she can
Okay.
doing this by braille, guys.
Can I
sort of
can I reach
point
it?
You sort of point that direction. You could.
Okay.
In that direction. You get the idea of the way she's pointing. You're gonna get closer, just try to feel around up there to find out what's.
I don't really want to touch it. Do you feel like if I touch it, something bad will happen?
Well, you didn't seem to be affected by it, so I don't think so.
All right. Yes, I do.
Okay, make another wisdom saving throw.
Add 4.
Go back to my sheet. 18.
Yeah, you're fine. You feel it hit you, but you're able to resist. You feel along the edges. You feel the brick up towards the top, just barely reaching because you are a little bit short. And you can feel some roughness to that stone, not outside of what the other ones look like or feel like.
I'm gonna smash it.
Okay, you go to swing at it. Just make an attack roll. Disadvantage.
Okay.
And then hit a wall.
In the
Find out
dark.
this time.
That's not great. Well, 17.
That's fine. It was really a low armor class for the wall. Roll damage.
Okay. And a d8 of thunder damage. 2.
Thunder damage is doubled.
That is 11, 14, 17 damages.
All right. The brick shatters into trillions of pieces.
Yay.
And just sprays down along the wall. Lil, looking up there, the brick with the glyph on it is just gone, along with probably 4 or 5 other bricks around it.
So I will take 2 steps forward.
Okay. Take 2 steps forward. You're good.
Okay.
I whisper into the calling bracelets of awesome and say, I'll tell Lucius.
Okay, we're good.
Yep, because they definitely
Dental
didn't hear that at all. So quiet.
So stealthy, so quiet.
Divine strike.
Lou walks into the place.
Okay. You all walk, meeting up with the rest of them. You get to that point before where you felt yourself get mind-bended. You're good. No effect. Look down the tunnel. You can see the tunnel slanting downwards into darkness below.
I broke it.
Hey, Star.
You're really good at doing that.
Yes.
With your super awesome eyeballs and your knowledge of these things, we keep an eye out for traps. Especially now that we know that happened.
I will keep an eye out as I'm walking along.
Thank you.
Okay. Star, make a perception check.
That is a natural 20 plus with my perception 27.
27. Okay. So, Star, you can lead the way, keeping an eye out. You head down the tunnel. You get to the point where the tunnel evens out, and you can see it extending ahead and then cutting off to the right. As you hit the point where it's cutting to the right, Star, you quickly grab Lil, stopping her, because you see on the floor at the center of the tunnel, there is just a faint trail of another glyph across the floor.
Can I make an Arcana check to try and determine what the glyph does beforehand?
Sure, you can make an Arcana check.
That is 16 plus 5, 21.
Okay. The spell is familiar to you. This looks to be a glyph of warding. The nature of it, though, that's not something you can tell until it's activated.
So what I am going to do, I'm going to check spells to make sure this is something that can legitimately be done. Or, yeah, I am going to do a minor illusion of a glowing target right where I see the glyph. And just say, Den, hit there.
Is it gonna blow me up?
It's a glyph of warding, so I'm not sure its exact nature.
I can also cast that spell.
Does it blow people up?
It can blow people up if you want it to.
Yeah, Den, you would know that the spell can be used to blow people up.
That's what I put at Sadel's parents' house at the gate.
Oh.
To make sure that no one messed with them.
Can anyone try to dispel it?
So it might blow us up. Can we just like go around it? Just like.
But will it only activate if someone steps on it?
Read your spells, Savannah.
Yeah, read your spells, Savannah. I'll let you decide that.
Standing on, removing another object covering the glyph, approaching within a certain distance of the glyph, or manipulating the object on which the glyph is inscribed.
Will cause it to activate.
Mm-hmm.
So if we try and break it, it's gonna activate.
Could we, like, toss a rock on it?
I don't know. No,
Everyone,
that
okay,
harms
everyone back
other
up.
creatures. Other creatures.
As they're talking about this, Lou is just like, "Oh, for goodness sake!" and dispels magic at 4th level.
Well, if you're just gonna do
I
that,
asked
what?
if you could cast that.
Yeah.
At 4th level?
Yeah,
Okay, I need you to make a check.
cool.
So I'm gonna need you. So just roll and add your wisdom modifier.
Cool. Come on, bring up the sheet. Bring up the sheet. Thank you. Oh, come on, roll 20. Don't be this kind of a... Okay, there we go. So just a wisdom modifier?
Yeah, basically just a wisdom check.
Cool. $15.
Okay, not a save, just a check.
Goodness gracious.
So what would be you rolled a 9 plus what your wisdom's a 3?
3, yeah.
3. Okay. You cast the spell, connects, you feel the magic resist and hold.
It's a higher power than I thought it would be.
Everyone back up a few feet. I'll just throw a dagger at it. If that sets us up, all I lose is one of my daggers.
You've got like 7, so.
I have a lot more than 7.
Pretty sure he has like 70.
Infinite daggers.
I have 11.
Okay, you take the dagger.
Mm-hmm.
Easy enough shot, because you can see. You
There's still a glowing target there.
yeah, you the dagger hits. Nothing happens.
That's what I was afraid of. It gets creatures.
So
If I die, please someone bring me back.
I
he just
grab
walks.
his collar. I grab his collar. Lucius, I can dodge this.
We are wasting time. We need to get through this. Let's
Now-
go.
Now that I know, I'm gonna stay back, but I'm gonna swing my battle axe on it and slam it down with the battle axe.
Okay, so you're gonna approach to actually hit it with a melee.
Yeah.
Okay. Is anybody else standing up there with her, or is you letting her walk up by herself?
Well, let me go by myself, guys.
Okay.
I'm still arguing with Lucius at
All right,
this
so
point.
you're arguing. No, and you're.
I put myself in between them and Lil.
Den stands between you. Lil, you walk over, you bring up your battle axe, and as you bring it up, you see the glyph.
Mm-hmm.
As there is an explosion of flame in the center of this cavern. Lil, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
No, you don't get advantage, you just get the bonus.
I just get the +4.
Okay.
Okay, hold on one second. 15 plus 3 is 18 plus 4 is 22.
That's a success. So okay, so it would be 26 to 13, half because it's a spell, 12.
12 points.
Or not 12, 6.
6.
Can't
Awesome.
do math.
Okay.
You take 6 points of fire damage. As it explodes, you see Lil leap, roll across the ground to try to avoid it. Just the flames just catching her, but sort of deflecting as this aura surrounds her, barely singeing sort of the edges of her beard. But otherwise, you're pretty much okay.
I said arms ablaze, not freaking beards.
You alright, Lil?
So,
Yeah, I'm great. That was really nothing.
All right.
Let's keep going.
All right. So, having activated as the
Hopefully, no one heard that.
as you hear it from down the corridor, doof, 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 the echoing of the explosion.
For the
you
second time.
you begin to head down the tunnels. You wind down this corridor which sort of slants to the left, and you follow it for a while. There's still this downward trajectory. There are some other tunnels that seem to come in from like the ceiling and around you, other drainage tunnels that it seems to be water sort of running down them and into this corridor. It's very damp down here, just from its proximity probably to the ocean. You eventually reach a point where it levels off again, and you can see ahead the flickering glow of some sort of light source.
Finally.
See, now you can go first then.
Yay!
All right, so you head straight towards the light source.
Do I see any more glyphs?
You don't. I'm keeping that in mind. You don't notice any more glyphs as you go. You gather they didn't expect anyone to probably even make it past the first part. You enter the room, and you can see around the room there are 3 braziers lit and currently aflame, and giving a dim light cast across this space. It's a rather large hollowed out chamber. And you see around this room are 3 large cages. All of which seem to be empty at this point. At the center of the room, there is a table, just large enough for a person to. Actually, there are several tables, just large enough for a person to lay on top of. There are bindings on the tables, cuffs, manacles, chains to hold people down. You see stains of blood around the room. You see on the far side from where you are, there are more tables against the wall. These, however, appear to house jars of alchemical reagents, different colored liquids, powders, chemicals, as well as above those you see more sort of arcane ingredients, magic spell components, things like that, neatly arranged on shelves above.
I'm gonna go look at one of the cages.
I'm doing the same, checking out the cages.
Okay.
Lou's going to the alchemical things and trying to figure out what they are.
As usual, as everyone starts running to loot different parts of the room, since I can see now, I want to try to keep an eye out for anyone approaching.
I'm just standing with Den and doing the same.
We like back-to-back Army of Two style in the middle of the room.
Okay. So you two are keeping an eye out. The rest of you, so go ahead and check. So Star and Tova checking the cages. Lucius checking the chemicals. Saddle, did you say what you're doing?
I'm just gonna keep an eye out.
Okay. Those of you that look in the cages, Star and Tova, you go from inspecting the area. The cages are open, they're unlocked, they've been cleared out. You gather pretty quickly, seeing the buckets in the cage, the piles of hay and straw, the kind of created sleeping areas, that these were cages for people. and not animals. Both of you make perception checks.
11.
19.
One of the cages, they're both about the same size. One of the cages is pretty much just that. There's some refuse there from people staying in it. It's dirty, it smells, but you get the idea that there were people here. There appear to be like scratchings on the wall that indicate maybe days, the passage of time. It's a number of hash marks. Look to be, if you take the time to count them, probably 30 or so hash marks. You go over to the other cage, and it's sort of the same. However, this one doesn't appear to have any sort of bedding. Everything's sort of scattered around. It's more messy, less well tended to. And on the wall, there's more scratching. But they appear to be words. In Common, Elven, Dwarven. If you understand those languages, you understand all the words that are written there. But otherwise, assuming each of you at least speaks Common, you understand what's written on the wall. Over and over again, you see the words Lord, Master, and a name, Shrox Alith.
I'm sorry, just Savannah's reaction there.
No idea what that means.
It's a name we've come across before. It's bad.
So you guys notice that while you're there. Lucius, you are inspecting the alchemical agents. You make I assume you're trying to understand what they are.
Mm-hmm.
Make an Arcana check. You get the idea that there was some sort of like potion brewing, that they're creating something. You get the essence that they were making something at this table. You don't know what, though. It's a lot of the rest of the ingredients are things you're familiar with. You don't know exactly what they were probably bringing them together for.
Sadel, come over here for a minute. I know they were trying to make something, but I've never actually used any of these. I know you're good with some kind of alchemical stuff. Do you have any idea what they were trying to do?
Let me take a look. Arcana check.
Yes.
Also an 11.
Guys.
We are so in tune tonight, it's scary.
It is.
Yeah, that's like second time.
You both sit there. Again, you're just, it's on the edge. You're seeing all the pieces, but you just can't get the whole picture.
What are you guys looking at?
I mean,
Not really sure.
And no one here is proficient with like alchemy tools or anything like that. Okay.
I mean, Lil's got the whole brewmaster side of things, so like herbs and stuff she'd understand, but I don't think it's the same.
Yeah, it's a little different there. Anyone that wants to can. I'd say Lil. I mean, I'd say you can make a check. You can certainly try. Anyone else that wants to as well.
I'll give it a shot. Let me see what some of these jars are. Somebody hold me up.
I'll hold her up. And I'll like
What's
squint.
on this Charizard? And I was like, what?
Yeah, I'm bringing in Pokemon into this world after your mom jokes.
Yeah.
I've hit rock bottom.
I'll lift her up, and as she's looking, I'll like squint over her shoulder, and I'll look too.
Okay, both of you can make Arcana checks if you want.
Oh, jeez.
Here we go. Yikes. Ooh, 15?
I rolled an 18, so 16. -2. But 16.
Okay. So
Every time you let me make this roll, you instantly regret it.
I'd say the two of you are sort of getting an idea on this. You look at the ingredients, Lil, and you see a lot of bits and pieces there could be used as there's like opium, there is other sort of narcotics or barbiturates, pieces that would invoke calm. In small amounts would bring out calmness, peacefulness, sort of this euphoric sense. Den, you look at all the ingredients too, and the two of you come together. It's like you've seen these used before for medicinal purposes. This is a large quantity, and you get the sense, talking together and assuming you all sort of communicate in this moment, somebody could use these along with the spell components to create very powerful mind altering potions. Essentially could bend or break a person's will.
So basically, it's mind control acid.
Essentially.
So with their knowledge of magic and our knowledge of drugs,
Yes.
we figured out.
Teamwork.
So,
Yeah.
so they're torturing people into a different state, basically.
Well, they're still looking at the alchemy ingredients, so I have time to check out the tables.
Sure. Anything in particular looking at the tables? For?
Just the surface, what's on them, what are the bindings made out of.
Make an investigation check.
That is a 13.
13. Okay. I mean, it's not difficult to determine. I mean, people were bound to this table. The components of it seem rather mundane. Iron bandings and chains, some leather bandings underneath to kind of initially strap people down. The iron seems to be a little more kind of overkill. Blood on the table, signs that there was probably some more forceful methods in the potions used here, some experimentation. You can see the signs of blade cuts in the table as well. But other than that, I mean, it's pretty obvious that people were used, or that people were bound to this table and then experimented on.
So we have strange experiments on people, and unfortunately I mentioned and these exact words of Lord Master Shraksalith. What did you guys find?
Mind control.
Which, if I'm not mistaken, from what you've told us, kind of goes along with that name.
Yeah.
This keeps getting deeper and deeper.
We have to find Zinstall now.
Yes, we do.
I take the alchemy ingredient to hold your peace. I think we're moving forward then.
Okay. There is another tunnel leading out from here. Again, level. Doesn't go that far. Probably about 40 or 50 feet. keeping an eye out for glyphs and stuff. You don't see anything, but at the end of it, there is a very sturdy iron door built into the stone, and the door itself, it's shut fast, and there appears to be writing on the door. In Primordial, which I believe Den can read.
I can.
No, anybody else can.
Very slowly, but I can read it.
You got a door there with writing on it.
Can I see what it says?
Mm-hmm. The door says, I break but never shatter, cannot be tamed and none my master. Shifting and pulling in endless ways, in me the bold find early graves. The further ventured, the quicker to die, tempted by treasures which in my clutches lie.
Friggin' puzzles.
Say that again for me?
Or type it out somewhere as well. That might
I'll
work.
read it
That
one-
might work as well.
I'll read it one more time for the viewers, and I will also copy and paste it for you guys.
Yeah, I went to go write all that down thinking that it was going to be like one line, and he kept going. I was like, nope, I'll wait.
Yeah. I might have gone a little overboard on this one. Okay. I break, but never shatter, cannot be tamed, and none my master. Shifting and pulling in endless ways, in me the bold find early graves. The further ventured, the quicker to die, tempted by treasures within which in my clutches lie. I also cannot read.
This is a very arrogant door.
Kind of sounds like a riddle about time, but maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know, I solved the last door puzzle. Your turn.
Is there a hole I can stick an arm in?
Wait, no! I've solved multiple door puzzles now, because I did the fire door, remember? And the big keys and everything. Grandpa's raising his hand. I call on Grandpa.
Is it the ocean?
It is.
You hear something in the door shift.
Then you're closest to the door.
I push the door open.
No,
Everyone
yeah.
looks at Dan like, are you going to open it?
Yeah, I push the door open.
Dan, you push the door, it slides open, revealing a room beyond. You see a 30 by 30 foot room. Appears to be somebody's living quarters, also combined with a bit of sort of experimentation along with it. This looks to be probably the quarters of some sort of mage. There's a simple cot in the corner, enough to just sleep on, the bare minimums. However, around the room, you see potions and supplies and bits and pieces all scattered around, more spell components, signs of crafting and distilling and experimenting on different more sort of alchemy and reagents there. You also see rolled up scrolls and completed vials of potions scattered around the table as well, and on shelves. On another kind of the L junction of that room on the other side, you see there's a circular table with maps along it, or maps on the wall, other sort of letters and writings and things of that nature.
I want to go look at the maps.
Okay. You head over to the maps. Anybody else doing anything?
You said there were like writings and papers and stuff, right?
Yeah. There are also some. Oh no!
Oh,
He's back.
I'm back.
I'll
You
fix
just
it.
blipped.
I think my internet just died for a split second.
I'll move you. Keep going.
Keep going. Okay. Yeah, there are writings too. It looks to be notes or
Lou's
letters.
gonna look. Yeah, Lou's gonna look over them.
Okay.
I was gonna go look at the notes and stuff as well.
Okay. So the three of you head over there. Nobody's looking at the potions or anything on the.
I'll go look at the potions.
Okay. All right. So those of you looking at the maps, you or Den, you're looking over them. Actually, I'll wait for Den because Sven's doing important stuff right now. The two of you look over the writings, and it is gibberish. I mean, it doesn't make any sense what you're reading.
Like scrawlings of a madman, or just like you can't place where everything.
It's neatly written, but they're not words. They're just jumbles of letters.
Interesting. Okay. It's like looking at, a huge, like, upper tier math problem.
Essentially.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's what you're looking at there, unless there's anything you guys want to do looking at it. But there are pages and pages of just words. Den, who's gone, but can probably hear me because she's walking around with her headset on. You look at the maps. They're maps of Roran and the individual islands. You see markings on the maps, circled areas that mark the cities of Shia, Alehaven, Sidita, and Svenmalsphere.
Are they just like circled, or is it like a symbol, or?
No, just circle.
You said it was Sidita, Alehaven, Shia, and Svenmalsphere?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are there any other markings on the map?
There are a few other places on the maps, on the maps of the individual countries, where you can see locations that have been circled and then X'd out. I mean, nothing that would necessarily be super important. I mean, as far as the locations that you can talk about, nothing that you're familiar with directly. There's like in Shia, for instance, there's the Mages College circled and then X'd out. There is a keep that is to the east of the city that is circled and X'd out.
Is there anything? Sorry.
A temple in the city that is circled and X'd out. Sorry, continue.
Is there anything within Shia that's just circled, that's not crossed out?
There is one location. It's not within Shia. It's actually to the north, kind of between Shia and Thuxra, the other city on this island. That is circled, but not X'd out.
Okay.
It's nothing you're familiar with. It looks to be like a manor or that's what I'm looking for. like a keep, I guess is the best.
Hey, Star.
Yes,
You take a look at this.
I will go and take a look. I'm sorry, you're gonna need to say what's in there again. My brain's all over the place because of how
This
late
way.
it is.
I'll point it out to him. So on the big world map, they've got 4 major locations circled. So Shia, Sidita, Alehaven, Sphere. And then on the maps of the individual locations, those locations, there's stuff that's circled and crossed out. So show him the map of Shia, and there's random locations that are it's circled and crossed out. But then there's one that's just circled.
Locations they've either have or they've had or have bases. Places where they've been transporting or taking slaves. If they've crossed these locations out, they may have also been searching for something.
It beats me, but you're better at remembering stuff than me, so we could at least remember where it is.
Is where we're at right now on that map?
Not on that map, no. I mean, there's another map, the one that had all the locations circled across Shia. I mean, Shia itself, the city, was circled on another one. No, on the map that you're looking at, this the area map that is marked. No, the location you're at right now is not marked.
So maybe it's not hideouts. Maybe it's something else.
We knew that they were taking their cargo to Shia, Siditia, Sphere, and all of that, right? That's what the Frostheim said?
Actually, I have a question about that. Wasn't Alehaven destroyed?
No. Alehaven was not destroyed.
Why do I think that?
Because you guys thought that a couple sessions ago. And
That's Alfred Bernard Tross's fault.
Yes.
Yeah.
I blame him.
Because he was talking about the ruins outside of Alehaven.
That's why I think that
were connected to Lilibet.
Never mind.
Well, in all these circles,
I'm gonna destroy it if you guys keep talking about it like that.
No.
My head.
It's called Alehaven. It sounds like a fun place.
I mean, we need to go there.
Yeah, right.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. My question is, around the circle around Alehaven, is there any kind of zoomed in map like Shia that could, where those islands that I know are to the east of Alehaven, are they circled at all?
No, they're not.
Okay, cool.
But there is another map of Alehaven, of the city and the surrounding areas, where there is a few other places that are circled and crossed out.
Just based on what I know of my Gam, does anything look familiar of it?
I'll say no. It's nothing that you would find familiar.
I continue to look at alchemical things then.
Yeah, you look at the potions while everybody else is mulling over the stuff that you found there. You look at the potions that are on the table. There are a couple that you recognize immediately. There are some healing potions. There are a couple that you don't recognize that look important. There are some scrolls that look to have spells written atop them. Look like they could be used. There are also a couple books on the table. There's a book on sort of the a thesis on alchemical distilling of different potions. I mean, it looks like something that that an alchemist would keep for easy reference. There are some sort of like an encyclopedia or a book on the identification of different elements and different creations and different plants and other materials used in alchemical crafting. And there's also a book of devotion to the six. There's a prayer book.
Okay. Well, I'm definitely taking the healing potions.
Mhm.
And I'm definitely going to take the scrolls.
Okay.
I'm actually going to snag the alchemical books just because I hope it may help me with some of my stuff with distilling and my tinctures.
Mhm.
And then I grab the prayer book or the book to the six, and I walk over and I show it to Den.
What the hell would they do with this? Why would they care about the six if they've got Yogg-Sothoth's Kraken face over there?
Sharks are live.
Yeah, that one.
No, I like yours better. Dude, I have no fucking idea. I mean...
Can I hear them
I don't know.
talking about it?
Yeah, you guys are like in a small 30 by 30 foot room. Yeah.
Open it.
Okay.
And I flip through and immediately try and find anything on Lilavath or...
Is it marked out? Is it scrawled on?
As you open it, nothing happens. You flip through the pages. Just seems to be a book of prayers. You leaf through it, not really noticing anything. And then you see on the corners of some of the pages letters. And on those pages you flip through and you can see different letters on the page circled. Just small markings throughout the book. And you flip through and there's a couple of others, and you flip through and there's a couple of others.
Anything?
I hand the book to Lou and I go, decipher the code. There's got to be a code.
And I show him where, on the first page that I found a letter and, the markings and...
You're smarter than I am. You're good at this stuff. You and Sidel, figure this out.
While he's doing smart stuff, I start rolling up the maps. I'm gonna take them.
Okay, yeah, you can take those maps.
I'm gonna help her. I'm gonna make sure they all go in the bag of holding.
The book, as I'm looking through it and looking at the walls, can I just take a piece of paper, look at it, and see if anything on the page is referenced on the book, like a book cipher?
Okay, so I mean, for the sake of not having to get through the nitty gritty of me actually creating some sort of cipher.
Yeah.
I might be a great DM. I'm not going to that extent.
I thought this was Dungeons and Dragons. I didn't know this was the cipher system.
Boo. You flip through the book and you realize that the pages, the letters on them have markings on those pages corresponding to the book. You begin to just one step translate the cipher from using the book, and it does translate into common, and the book itself being used as a cipher for the page or for the words on the page, and you begin to go through those. Sort of depends on how long you guys are going to sit here and do that for.
I mean, as they're rolling up all of this, I do let them know, this is a book cipher. So take as many of these papers as we can find, because I don't want to stay here while doing this. This is going to take time.
We're also in a base for the Kraken and our ships outside. We may want to scarp her sooner rather than later if we've got all this.
Indeed.
Yeah.
From what you do... Oh, sorry, go ahead, Tova.
Oh, I was gonna say, can we tell how long it's been, empty? When the last time somebody was here?
Make a...
dust or, I don't know.
Make an investigation check.
Investigation. That's a 10.
A 10? It's hard to nail it down exactly, but you gather there hasn't been somebody here within the past day or so.
Okay.
There's no sign that the torches in the room have been lit or any other sign that somebody's been in here. Lucius, as you translate the first couple words just to get through, you do get the first line of the text there. And it seems to be notes taken by somebody who's doing some sort of research. And the text begins by discussing, these are the findings of the research that I have done or been able to locate on the relics of the martial sorcerer.
Does that name ring a bell?
Make a history check.
Because I'm also good at them. $14.
Doesn't ring a bell.
What is the name again, just so I can write it down?
I'll just copy and paste it.
That works too.
Martial sorcerer. Martial spelled Martial, not the other way.
Like martial.
Like military. Like
Yeah.
militant.
Like the Marshal General.
Yeah.
So the militant sorcerers? Roughly?
Perhaps.
Okay.
Doesn't really translate to anything. It's just,
I gotcha.
Yeah. But that seems to be what the notes are probably referencing.
This room was like the dead end, right? There's like the tunnel and then this room, and there's like nothing else.
Nothing else.
Were there any other tunnels we passed on the way in here?
Mm-mm.
Is there a hidden doorway?
You can go around inspecting for hidden doorways.
I want to go around and inspect for a hidden doorway.
I'm gonna help.
Okay. All right.
Because why not?
Make an investigation check. Then you can make a perception check.
Oh, thank you.
24.
Natural one.
Well,
There you
so 9.
9. Okay.
Are you sure it's not like -3?
With my perception, it's 9.
You don't
With investigation, it's a -1.
Okay. You begin to search this room. Don't seem to be any hidden doors in here. You can head out and check in the main chamber you were in before, in the hallways.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. The rest of you go with them after grabbing all your belongings. Okay.
Yeah.
You
I'd like to do one thing when you're
Sure.
done with
Yeah,
the
go.
door thing. I want to cast locate object and locate. I'm pretty sure the prince had like a signet ring or something because he was super highfalutin, and that's what I would like to do as the locate object.
Okay. You cast locate object on the signet ring belonging to the prince. As you enter, was the range on it 1,000 feet? As you enter the room, the rest of you kind of gauge around as the saddle begins to feel on the walls, trying to find something. You sense the ring. You immediately turn your head towards one of the pens. You walk over towards it, feel it below you. You root around, and laying there in some of the hay on the ground is a ring.
I pick it up and I put it in a pocket.
Okay.
And look at everybody else. Just kind of dejected.
Well, I found his ring. Do you think I should, do his robe, or...
I don't know.
I'll do it. I do a locate creature spell and see if he's down here.
To locate creature, you don't sense him down here. And there aren't any bodies or bones or anything down here either.
Lil.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Can I have it?
Yeah.
I give him the ring, and then I just root in the rest of the hay and see if I can find anything else of his.
Yeah, you root around there, you don't find anything else. It doesn't seem like there's anything. It seems like this was dropped intentionally or unintentionally. At which point, Saddle, you're feeling along the walls, trying to find for a secret tunnel. You don't find any walls that move or any secret levers or anything like that. However, you do reach a point along the solid walls on the end of the room, close to where the hallway you were entering through, kind of to the side of where the where the room was, and to the side of where all the alchemical ingredients were. You feel at the wall, and then you kind of feel like a thud on the other side of the wall. You kind of put your hand to it, and you hear kind of a creaking noise, just kind of. A massive iron fist punches through the wall, followed by another. You go instinctually backing away, scrambling past, as a 15-foot tall iron construct walks through the wall, flames roiling from within it, this smoke and steam drifting off of it, the whole thing creaking, this darkened helm leering in your direction. It reaches behind it and pulls this massive rusted iron blade, the length of which probably as long as Sadel's body, holding to the side. And it begins to strike at Sadel. And that's where we're going to end our session here for tonight.
No!
Darn you, cliffhanger!
It's twice in a row now.
Yeah.
I knew that he wouldn't be able to hit me, so he's just going to leave it for next session.
I have to plan. I have to strategize to hit you. But yeah, that's where we're gonna end it. Since we're almost at the 4-hour mark for the game, feels like a good place to stop it for tonight. It's gonna be an hour-long battle, and we're gonna be here till 10:30. And Alex won't get any sleep, and he'll just be cranky at me and never want to play with us again. But yeah, so awesome. Great session, everyone. Thank you, everyone out there, for watching. Tune in next time to see where this takes us, and begin our next session with an epic battle against a formidable creature. Let's see. I guess, Savannah, you want me to just do the pointing at stuff and telling people where to do things?
Yeah, point at stuff and tell people where it is.
Yeah, so below us on the page here, if you like what you're seeing, if you want to know more about what you're seeing, if you want to get it caught up on any of our old episodes, anything that we've done on the channel, both on Survivors Complex and all of the other wonderful shows that we offer, YouTube link is below. Want to follow us on Twitter to know more about the giveaways and all the other fun stuff we're doing. Link is also below there. As far as credit to everything, maps, overlays, music, character art. We give credit to all of our wonderful contributors on the Twitch page. So, and I should specify that in case you're watching this on YouTube. It won't be on the YouTube link, but you can follow YouTube to Twitch, where you can see everything, all the credits. You can know where to follow us on Twitter, all of our handles, where you can watch us do other things. And yeah, and
Click all the links.
Yeah, click all the links. But yeah, I mean, that's basically all that we have. You can get all of our credits below. We love you. All of you are wonderful that have contributed to this. All of you that are watching are great. Keep doing that. It really makes our days all much better. Not that we wouldn't still be doing this without all of you, but it's also nice to have people there.
We love you being a part of it.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
Well, and I think we should shout out to all of our new followers.
Yeah.
From today, there are a lot of you, which is awesome. So shout out to all of our wonderful new followers, all of our wonderful friends that subscribed. Thank you so much. We love you, and thank you guys. All of you followers and subscribers are supporting what we do here every week, not just Survivors Complex, but all of our other fun streams and games. We're so excited to be a part of the affiliate program as of like yesterday. So all of the affiliate stuff you're seeing was like cobbled together in 24 hours. We have no idea what we're doing, but we love doing it. No, we never
tell already. We have no idea what we're doing.
We have no idea what we're doing, but we love doing it, and we love you guys being a part of it. So please like talk to us. We love you being in chat. Come talk to us on Twitter.
Ask questions.
Yeah, we love you guys.
We haven't mentioned this in a while too, and I want to put it out there again. If you follow us on all three platforms and you want access to our Discord server, send one of us a message on Twitter. Just DM us or send us
the Game Nights Twitter.
Or the Game Nights Twitter, and we'll send you an invite to our Discord link because we love to chat with all of you.
Yeah, so if you're following us on Twitch, subscribed on YouTube, and you're following us on Twitter, we'll give you access to our Discord server. We have some friends in the chat. Yeah, and if you want just tons of memes.
Dank memes.
Don't ever say that again.
Don't ever.
Wow.
But yeah, so all of you people in chat, we love talking to you. We love hanging out with you. And if you want to hang out with us some more throughout the week on Discord, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch, like us on all three of those. And send us a message and say, hey, I want to be a part of this. And you can.
Yeah.
You guys are literally spending your Saturday night watching random people play D&D. How amazing is that?
Yeah.
So
but yeah, no, so follow us on that, and if you want access, you want to be involved, just let us know. But yeah, so I think we'll take a little bit of break here. We're just gonna get some food and stuff. I think some of us are gonna do some video game streaming here in a little bit. Follow up on Saturdays with some Tom Clancy in one way, shape, or form. So check out for some GTA. Or GTA.
I don't think I have GTA yet.
I don't know if GTA should be streamed to the universe, but we'll see.
But we do
I got one more announcement.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sorry. Okay, for all of our new followers tonight on Twitch, if you go to our YouTube or our Twitter page and like the pinned tweet, you'll be entered into our giveaway for dice.
Yes.
We are so appreciative of you guys, and we want to give back to the community because you give us so much. So.
Yeah, we've already given away one set. We want to give away another. We're also still trying to meet our goal for YouTube subscribers. We want 50 YouTube subscribers so we can give away some dice and also get a custom URL and all that fun stuff. So click the buttons, like the things.
Get a chance for dice.
Get some
Yay,
stuff.
Dice. Sorry, I just wanted to say that.
But yeah, and we do a lot of video game streams throughout the week too, so it's not just Saturday nights. We have lots of stuff that we do on Wednesdays, and this morning I played a bunch of Nancy Drew, and it was awesome.
Yeah, super fun. All right. Well, I think that's all I got. We will see you guys in our stream to come, and until next time, good game and good night, Internet.
Good night,
Good night, Internet!